Hello, welcome back. Forget if we read through the Twippo stuff just yet. Simi is Bear Club president now, okay. Yep, I think we already read this. Okay. Hello everyone, I'm coming to you live from the Expo Arena in Odaiba, Tokyo. It's the fifth day since the grand opening, and despite it being a weekday, the Tokyo Expo is totally packed. The Odaiba venue, also known as the Giant Robot Festival, I'm happy to introduce their high school talent. The club president of the Tanegashima Robotics Club, Senemiya Akiho-san. Hello, it's nice to meet you. The pretty reporter points her mic at Akiho, stiffens up immediately. Is she going to be able to answer her questions? I'm watching from a distance, and quite frankly, I'm worried. This is a live broadcast to be shown on Tanegashima right now. Tanegashima Robotics Club entered as a general exhibitor, and they're the only high schoolers here. Amazing. Senemiya-san, what made you decide to build a giant robot? It's always been my dream to become a robot. Calm down. I see. Is robot development a big thing on Tanegashima? I know it's famous for space exploration. It's not at all. We all laughed at a lot for our work. There are only two of us left in the club now. But we had lots of people who help. I think Japanese people truly love robots. Interesting. It's been 5 days since the Tokyo Expo started. What do you think so far? We're just getting started. We're going to win the Grand Prix. Wow, it's a very bold declaration. I'm starting looking forward to seeing how this plays out. Your older sister is the Senemiya Misaki of the Exoskeleton Company. Currently huge with the media, right? Senemiya-san is set to hold a demonstration at this venue today, but... That was the first time Akio and I had heard anything about that. Akio flashes me a puzzled look. I don't have an answer for her. I've only just heard it myself, so I'm just as surprised. What kind of person is your older sister to Akiho-san? She's going to be here today? Yes. That was written in the press release. Big sis is coming here. Yes, that's right. Well... The reporter glances over at the man who seems to be your director and then looks back to the camera. How exciting, right? Maybe we could see the two of you perform together. Anyway, after a brief commercial break, we'll be introducing giant robots in various countries around the world. The reporter's assistant yells, entering commercial break. The reporter's smiles morph into expression of relief. Phew, that really surprised me. Looks like things kind of got out of hand, huh? Sorry for surprising like that. Do you not know your sister was going to be here? I didn't. The plan was to introduce the Tanegashima Robotics Club's robot, but the reporter and director draw close to each other and quietly discuss something. Their conversation ends quickly and the reporter offers Sako a smile and a handshake. Anyway, anyhow, we really appreciate your cooperation, Senomiya-san. That'll be all for the interview. Thanks for your time. She forces a smile and, like an adult, offers a word of gratitude before turning ahead to the next interview. My sister, Senomiya Misaki. Do you know when she'll be here? Huh? I believe I heard she'd be here around 2. 2. Okay, got it. Thank you so much. In the end, the reporter flashes her a smile and dashes off to the next booth with her people. She was pretty nice. Kai, she said Big Sis is coming. Mako's expression is even more tense than it was during the interview. Yeah. I felt like the arena was more crowded than usual. Now I know why. Do you think we'll get to see her with all these people here? We'll know where she's going. The Exco booth. If she's not going to come to us, we'll go to her. We've been forced to chase after her all this time. But now we'll be the ones waiting for her. We won't be able to have a leisurely conversation here. But we need to meet up with her. If we do that, all the misunderstandings from constantly missing each other will be cleared up. At least, I hope so. Like how it's still tense, I put my hands on her cheeks and jostle them around. What are you? You're just gonna see your sister, aren't you? Why are you so nervous? Because I didn't think I'd get to see her today. I'm not ready for this. Could she be any more of a handful? It was my only chance to make a comeback. We absolutely can't afford to run away. You hear me? I know. Today's gonna be a crazy one. Look at my wristwatch. February 26, 2020, 11:14 a.m. Misani is scheduled to appear in less than 3 hours. Misaki. 1:27 p.m. Back and forth. Back and forth. The floor beneath me sways back and forth in unchanging rhythm. The sound of waves faintly reach my ears. In this dark, narrow room, I put on a black bodysuit. Like some kind of membrane, it's thin and elastic. Tight clings to my bare skin. It's just like the operator like undersuit for using the Sumeragi. The cool feeling is pleasant. Oh no, she's just diving. Wait, is she? I don't know. Then upon realizing the body feels hot, I bite my lip. It seems like without me being conscious of it, I'm excited. Back and forth. The floor sways. The world shakes. Outside the small window is a sea of blue with no land in sight. Wyvern. The operation begins in 90 minutes. Begin preparations. Understood. I by no means expected that I'd receive Wyvern as a call sign. It was surely intentional. The same call sign was used in a certain mecha anime long ago, for a ghost that doesn't exist, for a phantom with no substance. Perhaps it's surprisingly fitting. A certain mecha anime, okay. I don't know what it's referencing. I know call sign, I don't know. Like, my mind jumped to Ghost in the Shell, but I don't think it's that. I hold my streamline helmet under my arm and open the watertight door of the room. Walk through a narrow, confined passageway leading toward the hangar. Exiting onto a catwalk, I look down at the giant black spider sitting below me, currently on standby. I'd prefer it if it was white. Is she gonna storm the Diet? Back and forth, the world shakes again. who weighs her tall today, but that proves no obstacle to me. So yeah, the motors aren't hydraulic, but they are kind of hydraulic. Plus some are electric. Is she on camera right now? Because what happened to her voice sounding like that? Why? Sounds like she's coming through a low quality camera. Construction has finally come to an end. Depending on the weather, on March 2nd, it looks like we can launch a rocket for the first time in 5 years. Going to TV after this. Yeah, she's on TV. Akiko's been incoherent on the mic for a while now. She keeps messing up what she's supposed to say. The energy she had from the first day is long gone. The fact that Misani is coming here today has completely put her on edge. What kind of motors are you using? The motors are, mono. I hurriedly input a command to make Model 2 turn on the spot. Akiko notices the noise and stops talking. She looks over at me with a blank expression on her face. She doesn't even seem to have realized what she was saying. I shake my head at her in silence. She comes to her senses. It's a trade secret. Good grief, what a handful. Since Akiko's busy working the mic, I'm stuck with using the laser gun operating Model 2 at the same time. But she only came on the first day, so he's been MIA. I really hope he's properly handling our lodging issue. Mr. Kane shows up daily. All he ever does is watch the robot with a satisfied look for about an hour before taking off. So aside from the opening day, it's basically just me and Akiko running the booth in Model 2. Command inputs require both hands. The laser transmission gun also requires both hands to properly aim. It's impossible to do both at the same time. Stuck between a rock and a hard place, I've had to use special commands over everything else. Once I put one of these commands, the robot moves by itself for about 30 seconds. I only input a command when Akiko gives the order, otherwise I'm holding up the transmission gun. Never had to work this much in my life. Given there's nobody else here to do it, I have little say in the matter. Finally, we'll end our performance by showing you our hero super combo. Gunburl! Do it! Oh, whoa. Normally she explained over the mic that Gunburl would be transitioning from Gekisai Daiichi to a Blast of Spirit. Did she even forget about that? This Misani stuff must have really messed her up. Whatever, I'll just do as I'm told. I put the Gekisai Daiichi command, immediately pick up the transmission gun from the table next to me and fire. Once Gekisai Daiichi is about to end, I put down the transmission gun and put the next command. When the combo ends, Akiko will thank the audiences for coming, or at least she's supposed to, but she doesn't seem to be doing it. She's looking around restlessly. What's she doing? Come on, keep it together. It's when I'm about to warn her. I notice that it's not just Akiko who's so restless. Everyone in the audience is whispering a single name, almost like some big game of telephone. Suddenly Misaki has arrived. The rumor propagates like a wave and spreads out amongst throngs of people. Before long, the whole audience starts moving simultaneously. Not just the audience in front of our booth, but the guests and the other booths are all heading in the same direction. There's little doubt that they're headed for the Exco booth. Everyone's going to see Misani. What should I do? Should we go too? After my experience with this sea of flesh on the first day, I'm a bit wary. Akiko, however, sets the mic down only to start sprinting in the complete opposite direction of the crowd. What is she thinking? I'll be back in a bit. Where are you going? Staff area. Big Sis should be coming out from over there. Oh, I guess she's trying to catch Misani before she goes to the Exco booth. Clever girl. Shut down the power after having Model 2 crouch down and quickly follow after Akiko. Eyewitnesses in the staff area say they saw Misani in the corridor. The staff area corridor is off limits for normal visitors, so there's nobody inside. Considering the only thing that separates it in tens of thousands of people is a single wall, the corridor itself is silent, eerily so. However, that proves convenient for us. We're able to spot Misuni from afar. There's only one person other than us in here. That's right. She's right there. She has a sense of elegance to her, even in the way she walks. Her back is perfectly straight, like she's filled with limitless confidence. There's no way me or Akio would ever mistake her for anyone else. Nothing has changed since we last saw her in Tanegashima 7 years ago. I yell at her right after Akio. After hearing our voices, she slowly turns around. Misuni's dressed in a tight white suit intended for use with the HEG. So she got her wish? It's the very same one she wears in the Exco commercials. The suit clearly exposes her natural curves. I gotta admit, it's kind of sexy. The way she was walking alone down the corridor, helmet under her arm, looked like it could have been a movie scene. We finally meet again. After all this time. It's been 7 long years since the day we've seen our goodbyes at Tanegashima Airport. The only contact I've had with her since then is when she called me last summer. And now that very same Misuni is standing right in front of me, the same one that never returned to Tanegashima. Akio hasn't spoken to her in 7 years. I'm sure this reunion is especially important to her. I figured she'd immediately run over and tackle Misuni, but Akio does nothing. Maybe she's nervous. And since the two of us ran the whole way here, we're both out of breath. Given our seizures, neither of us can do much in the way of heavy exercise. The both of us stop in front of Misuni, breathing heavily. The whole time she just looks at us and doesn't say a word. All 3 of us are just looking at each other in silence. Akio's the first one to break the silence. Big sis. Long time no see. Akio's clearly very emotional right now. She's looking at Misuni in absolute wonder and glee, her eyes tearing up. It's really you. Hey, do you recognize me? Wait, we're sisters. That's a weird thing to ask. Plus me, Dad, and Mom sent you a picture every New Year's. But it's been 7 years, right? I was still just a tiny little kid back then. Do you think they tampered with her memories like they did with Maguyon? So what do you think? I look very different, huh? What the fuck? Well, the rest of the stuff didn't grow much. Not like you, anyway. Sean. Did you forget I'm here? TMI, I guess. Conversation ends there. Misuni still hasn't said a word. She's been quietly listening to Akio talk with a kind-looking smile on her face. She doesn't try to say anything. Her eyes are glued to Akio, just as though she's giving her full attention. But why isn't she saying anything? Why is she acting like I don't exist? She won't even make eye contact with me. What am I, chopped liver? This is mean, even for her. Is there a sadistic idea of a reunion, or is she just messing with me? I hate this. I'm too old to let her get the best of me like that. Fine, I'll talk to her then. I just happened to speak at the same time that Misuni says Akio's name. Damn it. Well, awful timing. Fine, I guess I'll shut up for now. You've grown. Yeah. That brief comment is enough to wash away all the uncertainty from Akio's face and put a smile in its place. There's so much stuff I want to talk about, big sis. Like tons, but there's something I need to tell you first. The robotics club you started has made it all the way here. We made it to the expo, the greatest stage on the planet. But well, the club itself got disbanded before it could get here. The robot we're exhibiting isn't the gun roll that you designed. It's a better version. We've inherited the C-tier Robotics Club's will, I promise. Over the last 7 years, it's been passed down from generation to generation, ending here with me and CoZ. Us, all the past Robotics Club members, all the people who helped us out. It's thanks to all of them that we're here now. So, I'd be super happy if you took a look at our robot, even if it's just for a second. Yeah? Mom and Dad, are they well? Yeah, Jax is going to be firing off a rocket for the first time in years, so Dad is super excited. I'm getting impatient. Could Akio hurry and wrap it up already? With me sitting right in front of me, I'm overflowing with things I want to say. It feels like I'm drowning in these feelings and won't be able to say anything. Even so, there's one thing I absolutely have to tell her. Just one thing, I'd tell her no matter what. I half-forcefully butt into the conversation. Have a message from Mizuka-san. My voice feels hoarse. I feel throbbing deep inside my chest. I still haven't managed to get over it. No, it's not something I should get over. Misani doesn't even attempt to look at me. I'm worried that she doesn't even see me. Mizuka-san asked me to tell you this the next time I saw you, just before she died. This is what she said. Thank you for the HUG. It's thanks to this I was able to live a pretty normal life for these last 2 years since the accident. I know I'm not reading the room. I know this isn't the right time. We've been waiting for this moment for years, and now I'm talking about depressing stuff and making things awkward for everyone. I'm sorry, Akiho, but I have to get this out while I can. Misani, Mizuka-san was right there in front of my eyes, but Misani abruptly interrupts me. Misani still has that smile on her face. Doesn't look like a smile. I'm confused. Have you decided what you're doing after graduation? Wait, what? What's going on? What's Misani saying? Did she ignore me? My brain refuses to comprehend it. Why'd she just ignore me? It's not that I really care, it just surprised me more than anything. Maybe she's just on edge because she has a demonstration coming up. But those are Mizuka-san's final words. That's the one thing I didn't want her to ignore. There's no way Misani would ever ignore her. Mizuka-san was her best friend, she would never do that. Has she changed that much? All the chunks of info I've gathered up until now, all my delusions, they all start to billow up to the surface. You have to at least hear Mizuka-san's final words. I say to her expectantly, look at me, Misani. You need to accept Mizuka-san's words. Why won't you look at me? There you are. Suddenly a man's voice echoes in the corridor. Or realize that a man standing a few feet away from us starts pointing a handgun in our direction. Is that a gun? It's him. What do you mean it's... Oh, like, because he was on TV. I remember that man's face. I saw him with Misani on the news before. I think he's Misani's boss. Sawada Toshiyuki. Man connected to the Tavistock Institute. Seeing us how he's pointing a gun at us. Must be trying to erase us. I glance at Misani to check her expression, but she's not even looking at him. Not just Sawada, she doesn't look at me or even Akiho anymore. Her gaze is fixed in another direction. Despite the situation, she still has that calm smile on her face. How's she so calm and collected right now? Is she being brainwashed? Is she okay with me or Akio getting killed? Is she in on all of this? Don't move, put your hands up. Kai, big sis. Sawada holds the gun with both hands and carefully moves towards us. Feels like our reality suddenly disappeared. Just months ago, we were celebrating a reunion with Misuni, but now my heart is falling to pieces. In the distance, I faintly hear the hosts of various booths explaining their robots. Hustle and bustle of people swirls together to form a cheerful background noise. It's like another world over there. Am I really still in the expo arena? Said, put your hands up. Okay, looks like she's about to cry. She raises her hands. I bite my lip and do as I'm told. The fact this guy's Misuni's boss means, well, it means my delusions aren't delusions, they're reality. All the things I've heard up until now. If you get involved any further, you'll regret it. Regardless, Yashio-senpai. I'm in a really bad position right now. Master was murdered. This world's more ugly and foul than you think. Your words echo in the back of my mind. Was this what Mizuka-san's warning meant? Is this what she meant by ignorance is bliss? How Kimijima-ko was murdered? How Frau's mom was murdered? How important people around the world, even Mizuka-san, are being killed by out-of-control HUGs? Has this all been because of Misuni and her allies? If that's true. If that's really the case, I can't. By no means I ever believe that you're connected to them. You certainly managed to fool me. I'm going to tear out my hair. What exactly is he talking about? Who's he saying that to? Can't be Akio. She doesn't know anything about the conspiracy. I never told her. In that case, Sawa was talking to me, the one who spread the Kimishima reports around the world. I don't understand a single bit of what he's saying. Or are you plotting? What's your true goal here? Answer me, Senomiya. Senomiya? Not me? There's no way he means Akio. The only other person here with the name Senomiya is... I jumped. I felt like my heart was about to come flying out of my mouth. Misuni's been completely silent since Sawada showed up until now. And she's still smiling. She still wears a welcoming smile despite a gun being pointed at us. She stands totally calm. Has the rocket launched yet? Misuni, what are you saying? I can't help myself. I don't understand any of this at all. It's like Misuni is a totally different person. The Misuni I loved and respected is no longer there. The right stuff inside of her is gone. I don't know if my words reached her. The smile nonetheless vanished from her face. She turns and faces Sawada silently. I told you not to move. I will shoot. Stop. Sawada's gaze and gun are pointed straight at Misuni. Not me, not Akio. Misuni. Shouldn't you be pointing the gun at me? I'm the one who leaked the reports. The inside of my head is a mess. Both Misuni and this man are from the Committee of 300. They're comrades. So why? Misuni bends her lips slightly. Hidden hand. Those words. Misuni takes a single step towards the man. She makes no sound. Her movement is inhuman. Without any preparation, she just suddenly bursts into a sprint. I said, don't move. She's dead. Misuni is dead. She's took that bullet straight on, and yet he slips by Sawada as if nothing had happened. Oh, the HUG is acting on its own. Impossible. I know I hit her. Did he miss? Is that impossible at point-blank range with such firm aim? There isn't a single drop of blood on the floor. Is she okay? Wait a second. How can Misuni run like that without making a sound? Is she a hologram? Is she not real? Send me a stop. It's then that Akio does something unexpected. She grabs on Sawada's arm and she tries to shoot Misuni in the back. Don't shoot! Let go! You idiot! I instinctively leap in as well. Without thinking, I tackle Sawada from behind. Knocked down, the gun falls to Sawada's hand. He tried to pick it back up, but I yanked his leg from behind. Pulls me down, gets on top of me, and starts punching me. I cover my face with both arms and kick Sawada in the chest. I got some distance. At delay, pick up the gun. I don't know how to use it, but I hold it with both hands and point at Sawada. Still on his hands and knees, he looks up at me frustrated. I glance around at my surroundings. There's no sign of Misuni anymore. I go enter the passage leading to Expo Arena, chasing after her. What's going on here? You have to stop Senemiya. Shut up, don't move. What? Suddenly a lonely melody resounds throughout the venue. The moment I hear it, my hair stand on end. Kagome, Kagome. It's just like back then. It's the same nursery rhyme that played when Mizuka-san's HUG went berserk. If this continues, everything will end up like it's written in the Kimijima reports. What the hell is going on? Everything that happened in Tanegashima, everything happening here in Odaiba, it's all starting to connect. I have a terrible feeling about this. With Sawada glaring at me, I can't move. Akio, Misuni. I can hear Kagome Kagome in the Expo Arena. People in the audience look down at the Pokecons wondering what's going on. But I have no time for that. How can I describe what I just saw? Oh no, Sumeragi's gonna activate. Wearing a tight white bodysuit just like the ones a robot pilot would wear. Big Sis makes an incredible leap the moment she exits out of the Expo Arena. It's a leap far beyond human capabilities. She probably travels around 5 meters. She glides through the air, traveling towards the crowded Expo booth. I chase after her through the aisles, desperately crying for her to wait inside my head, but it's too difficult to move forward. The aisles are filled with people. Some are just standing there wondering what's going on, seeing Big Sis fly overhead. It's not as bad as the opening day. The place is still jam-packed. I run and run and run. I bump into people. I fall over. I get up again. The cycle repeats over and over again. I can't reach her. I can't catch up. Just when I thought I'd finally caught up with her. Just when I thought I'd finally stood shoulder to shoulder with her. She slips away again. She flies past me. I reach out but can't touch her. My lungs burn. I can't catch my breath. I shout out, but my voice is drowned out by the thunderous applause. I crash into a large wellboat man, fall over onto my backside. He asks me if I'm okay and offers me a hand, but I shove him aside and look up. There's a large monitor attached to the venue's ceiling. The reporter interviewed me earlier is on screen. She's filming at the Exoskeleton Company booth. On screen, I see Big Sis swoop down. An angel. No, that word appeared in the back of my mind. I can't hear her voice. But I can tell that the reporter is excited. The audience's stakes are fantastical appearance as part of the demonstration film, greeting her with thunderous applause. However, she looks at nobody. She just leaps into the spider-like HUG. Big Sis slips into what appears to be the control module of the robot. Even though the big screen, I can tell that Sumeragi has been activated. Its giant dark body begins to stir. The spider jolts awake. Each of its sharp 6 legs begin to wriggle on their own. I hear massive cheers even from where I'm standing. Exoskeleton Company HUG test pilot. That's her official title, her real position. She only started doing PR work after she gained attention as a test pilot. So having her pilot a concept model like this and at a huge venue like the Expo, it's a scenario pulled straight from a dream. The people's excitement is at its peak. The Sumeragi's guttural noises can't be heard over the cheering of the crowd. However, as far as I can tell through the moves of the giant monitor, it's both fast and fluid in how it moves. In my head, I've always pictured 6-legged robots as being bulky and slow. Guess my prejudice was unfounded. It skitters along the floor just like a spider would. Sumeragi smoothly crawls across the booth. The soon raise one of its legs up high. After extending upward, it easily reaches a length of at least 6 to 7 meters, and immediately afterward, the leg forcefully whips downward. It tears right through the boot's partition. This thing is crazy strong. Those partitions are made of extremely solid resin, yet it tore through it like paper. The entire venue stirs and falls in total silence, only for a moment. Screams immediately follow and panic ensues. A wave of people rush to get away from Sumeragi. They'll fall over each other, causing more screams and angry shouts. The camera shooting the footage must have been knocked down. The screen only shows the legs of people fleeing. From amidst the throngs of screaming people, things that resemble missiles fly into the air. Sumeragi's poison fangs spew smoke as they pierce through the air at terrifying speed. They collide with the torso of the Conda Company's giant robot, Achillesimo. Scarlet fumes rise from them. The shockwaves blast through the inside of the expo arena. Booth walls and people are blown over. Pamphlets rain down from the sky like snow. Did Big Sis shoot those? Did those missiles come from Sumeragi? That means it's loaded with live ammunition. But why? This is the expo arena, not a battlefield. Why would it be loaded with live rounds? No way. Was this the plan from the very beginning? Is this another Berserk HG incident like the one that killed Bazooka-san? Or was this all a planned attack by Big Sis? I don't know, and I refuse to accept either option as a possibility. Regardless, nobody can stop Sumeragi now that it's moving. All of the people are scrambling to escape the venue. The robots on display have been left behind, abandoned. The only robot moving in the building is that giant black spider. Proposal on its 6 legs, knocking down booth walls and tables one after another. The fenceless robots have their legs swept from under them, getting smashed by the spider's sharp legs. A missile pod emerges from its torso and unleashes a barrage of guided missiles with a thunderous roar. This is a massacre. The best giant robots around the world are being slaughtered in a one-sided massacre in a feast of bloodshed and madness. They're probably going to get hacked when the solar storm happens, and she's destroying it before that happens, if I had to guess. With no way to fight back, these incredibly cool, adorable, amazing robots are being mercilessly reduced to scrap. Stop it. I stand frozen in place to hold my head. Big Sis, stop it. Another one bites the dust. This time it's the Renault Company's giant robot. They get caught in the evil clutches of the giant spider and subsequently murdered. I had to stop her. I had to stop Big Sis. Why is this happening? My sister would never do this. I know she wouldn't. But for now, I had to stop this spider. If I don't, the other robots won't make it out alive. I run to the Tanegashima Robotics Club booth. Most of the people are flooding towards the exits to escape, so our booth is totally deserted. Instead, that missile soars overhead. It collides the expo arena wall and explodes. The entire building shakes violently. To help us stagger and crouch down on the spot. The roof collapses, causing dust to burst into the air. Big Sis, stop. Stop it! I cry out to her, wiping away my tears. I run towards Gunbill 2. Despite the chaos, the robot is still crouched down. He's not hurt, nothing's broken. I'll look around for any sign of Kai, but it looks like we all got separated in all the chaos. Oh my god! Are we gonna have to use Gunbill 2's katas to fight another evil mech? I look around for any sign of Kai, but it looks like we all got separated in all the chaos. I take out my Pokecom. I also have Kill Ballad system installed. Gunbill 2, activate! I have control! Turn on the power, awkwardly input a command, and watch Gunbill 2 stands up. I have no idea how long the battery is going to last. It's impossible to operate him and transmit power at the same time. Without constant power from the laser beam, he'll stop moving after about 3 minutes. Despite that, there's not a moment to lose right now. I need to save the other robots. I'll stop Big Sis myself. Please, Gunbill 2, lend me your strength. He has no way of fighting. His performance is nothing compared to the spider's abilities. But I'm the only one here who can do this. I feel eyes on my back. I can also hear the sound of a low-frequency engine. It sends a chill down my spine. I turn around. My vision is blocked from the booth wall. I can feel the spider wriggling around behind it. I glance at my Pokecom screen in order to see Gunbill 2's point of view. There it is. Sumeragi's Big Sis on board is approaching the booth wall. I brace myself. The spider's talon-like leg comes tearing through the booth wall. Its form is revealed through the opening it made in the wall. I'm scared. Is she chasing after me? Is Big Sis trying to kill me? Why? Why would she do this? My legs tremble and I nearly crumple to the floor. I'm so scared that I'm in tears. No, you can't back down now. Fight. You have to protect the other robots. You have to fight and stop that spire no matter what. I take a step back and get input command into my Pokecom. I wonder if we have to do inputs, and if I win, it leaves a bad ending. If I lose, it leaves a good ending. Advance. 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 Gunbill 2 approaches the spider. His advantage in height. The spider is fairly short, so I doubt a punch from Biggsist Daiichi will connect. I have no other means to attack. I don't care if it's just for a show. As long as it stops Biggsist, as long as it stops that spider. Biggsist Daiichi. Does she know the inputs? Inputting the command is difficult. Nervousness and panic makes my fingers shake. I can't get it right. My fingers aren't my own. Sweat from my brow drips into my eyes. I can't help but close them in pain. Before I know it, I'm trembling. Then the spider makes its move. It slowly raises its body. Supported by the four of its legs, it lifts the other two up like a praying mantis. To make matters worse, the legs have what appears to be sharp blades installed inside of them. They have a faint gold glow to them. Gunbill 2 stands frozen still within the range of those terrifying blades. Stop it. I feel a dull pain run deep inside my chest. Are the monopoles gonna do something? Feels like an icy hand is crushing my heart. It squeezes tightly. This is the sign of an attack, but I don't have the time to be worried about that right now. I have to do it. I have to get the command right. If I don't, Model 2 can't move. Stop. I know all of that, and yet the inside of my head is completely blank. All I can do is hold the Pokemon like an idiot. A robot, he carries the heart and soul of every generation of the Robotics Club. He's filled with the hopes and dreams of the Robotics Club, the club that Biggsist founded. He carries what I entrusted to him. My dream of wanting to catch up to my sister with all my heart, and even if that means letting all the Tanagashima fall to pieces, and that's why. Biggsist, stop! The spider's blades flash. They cut through Gunbill 2's torso from both sides like a pair of scissors. Gunbill 2's upper body shakes and leans forward. It makes a terrible sound like iron being bent and twisted. His body then falls over onto the spider. The impact crushes the spider onto the ground before stopping. Biggsist. I rush over to the spider, slip between its legs and crawl onto the torso. Somewhere. Must have been a switch or something to open the pilot hatch somewhere. It's not long before I find what I'm looking for. Press the button, the hatch slides open, and accompanied by the sound of compressed air leaking out. Besides a unique standing cockpit, but even though I know I saw her climb inside, Biggsist is nowhere to be found. She had disappeared without trace, as if she was never here to begin with. Is she a delusion? Is she simply an image just put into people's mind? A false memory? Without a soul in sight, the venue looks like a ravaged battlefield. The rampaging spider HUG stopped a few minutes ago. And with the sounds of destruction and chaos having faded from the expo arena, deep silence envelops the ruins. The giant robots that once stood proud in the building have either toppled over or been destroyed. The colorful signs and booths in the exhibits are covered in dust and grime. Large pieces of rubble and wreckage from the caved-in ceiling litter the showroom floor. Collapsed in front of the wreckage of Model 2 and the crushed spider HUG is Akiho. She looks like she's in incredible pain. Akshan, are you okay? Are you hurt? Her face is pale. She's clutching her chest and biting her lip. Did he have an attack? Akio nods slightly. Part of me wants to scold her for running too much, but now's not the time for that. I want to take care of her right now, but we need to evacuate first. Who knows when more of the ceiling could collapse. Come on, grab on. Turn my back to Akiho and crouch down. I'll carry you. Akio obediently but weakly clings to my back. They should have a firm hold of her before standing up. Now then, where's the exit? Hey Kai. Biggsist isn't here. she disappeared. What? I'm gonna start with the Spire HUG, the cockpit hatch is open. Misa is nowhere to be found. I'll have to go looking for her right about now. I wipe the idea from her mind and begin walking through the rubble. Man, she destroyed Gunville too. I can't. It hurts too much. I saw everything. The Spire HUG rampages his way through the venue, sparing nothing in his path. Arca boot up Model 2 in an attempt to stop it, but she was easily taken out. Misuni destroyed the Robotics Club's robot, Akiho's robot. Showed no hesitation or a shred of mercy. I never would have thought Misuni would be capable of something like this. Misuni, I know, loved robots more than anyone, more than me, more than even Akiho. But I don't have the time to think about that right now. I'm finally able to exit the expo arena with Akiho on my back. Outside, the large number of people evacuated have worried looks on their faces. It's a pretty huge crowd. I can hear the sirens of ambulances and fire engines in the distance. Looks like there are quite a few people injured. I can see people all over the place that are bleeding. Some are sitting down and others are lying on the ground. More importantly, something is off. But what? Wait. Everyone is looking up in the sky as if they're all struck with the same idea. The sky. Don't tell me a solar storm is coming. Wait, that's not something you can see with the naked eye. I saw Akio down and look up towards the sky, following everyone else's gaze. But I find it something beyond my wildest imagination. Is it a rocket? What is that? It's a building I've never seen before. Actually, I hesitate to even call that. It's some kind of enormous pillar? Maybe a tower? Is it the space elevator? The thing just suddenly appeared over the ocean in Odaiba. It's gotta be at least a few hundred meters in diameter. I've never seen something this gigantic before. It stretches far up in the sky and so far that I can't see the top. Hell, it might even reach space. Isn't this just like a space elevator? The thought of it crashing down to the ground comes to mind, which is enough to send a shiver down my spine. I recognize a strange design at the base of the pillar. I saw that in the final episode of Gunville. The bits and pieces that got leaked on the internet. Among the scenes, I remember there being a similar gigantic pillar. The Grand Obelisk. It's the Grand Obelisk. Akio's looking up in awe at the pillar piercing the heavens. It's exactly the same as the one from the final episode of Gunville. That wasn't there yesterday, was it? Akio weakly shakes her head from side to side. Of course not. It's a space elevator from the anime. We could never build something like that with our current tech, maybe in the near future, but not now. Now, how exactly did it get there? How was it built? Or are you saying it fell from the sky? Did aliens or something drop it down into Tokyo Bay? I checked the news 30 minutes ago, but there was nothing about any pillars. How could so many incomprehensible things have happened in the short time we saw Misuni? I'm gonna lose my mind. Hey Aki-chan, what happens in the final episode of Gunville again? I'm sure it's hard for her to talk after getting attacked, but I can't help but ask. The space elevator, the Grand Obelisk, shoots the sun. She explains, and her face begins to go pale as she realizes the correlation between what she's saying in reality. Earth is burnt to ash by a massive solar flare, and the enemy is destroyed, along with everything else. Project Adam. She doesn't even know what Project Adam is. Only Kaito does. The crowd begins to stir. Uh-oh. Grand Obelisk starts shining ominously. On the surface, countless hieroglyphs pulsate, disappearing and reappearing. The giant pillar almost feels like a living being of some kind. An ice-cold chill runs down my spine. No. Is it actually going to shoot? A strange sound begins to ring out around us. It's similar to the sound of the ground rumbling. Yet the earth is completely still and it shows no sign of rumbling to life. It's not an earthquake. Then is the Grand Obelisk itself making the air itself shake? The pillar begins to shine even more strongly. Right away, I block out close to me and shield her behind me. The warnings in the Kimishima reports, the leaked final episode of Gunroll. Is it all coming true? Is this what Project Adam is? In front of the eyes of tens of thousands of witnesses, the pillar stretching up into space. First, with a flash so bright it can't be looked at directly. And the sky explodes into a rainbow of colors. Misaki, 2:54 p.m. Emergency broadcast. We interrupt the scheduled programming for an emergency news report. Largest solar storm in history hits Kanto region. Earlier today, at around 2:50 p.m., it appears that the Kanto region was hit by the largest solar storm in history. I guess we know why he's called Ash Ketchum. That's a bad joke, anyways. Currently, COZ's most electronic devices in the region have been rendered unusable. It's possible that the solar storm may also be emitting harmful radiation that could seriously affect the human body. Those outside should seek shelter in a safe location. This footage shows the current status of the sun, taken approximately 10 hours ago by NASA's Solar Dynamics Observatory. Countless giant solar flares can be seen bursting forth from the sun. This solar storm is predicted to be larger in scale than the ones from September 2015 and November of last year. Damages are expected not just in Japan, but all over the world. We'll report further as more information becomes available. We just received further breaking news. According to info from the FDMA, a portion of the Odaiba district in Tokyo has collapsed and is in danger of being submerged. Whether this was caused by a solar storm is currently unknown. Here's live footage taken from a camera in Odaiba. As you can see, the Shuto Expressway Bayshore route is completely submerged. The building in the distance is the Expo Arena for the in-progress Tokyo Expo, of which the roof has collapsed. With the Tokyo Expo being held in Odaiba, there were a large number of visitors at the venue today. We'll now repeat this report. Today, at around 2:50 p.m., it appears that the Kanto region was hit by the largest solar storm in history. Wyvern, it's time to begin the operation. The final call is a go. Understood. Opening hatch. I wonder if this is actually a counter Committee of 300 operation. Wyvern to all forces, begin the operation. I should have never had a dream. Plasma sphere transistor. Yukifune Irie, 3:20 p.m. Tokyo, New York, London, Toronto, Shanghai to itta shio toshi wa it appears that large-scale blackouts have occurred in Tokyo, New York, London, Toronto, Shanghai, and other major cities. Riots caused by the public are also occurring in LA, Rio de Janeiro, Cairo, Johannesburg, Amsterdam, and Belfast. We're currently awaiting confirmation, but there are reports of service robots going berserk in New York, Tokyo, Beijing, London, Paris, Berlin, and other. Yeah, that's probably why she destroyed the other robots. According to the Kimijima reports, it wouldn't be odd if we saw acts of terrorism occurring in certain regions. The police and the military of each and every country must be on high alert. Hasn't been this much simultaneous worldwide chaos since the crash of 15. Worst case scenario, we could be headed for a 21st century Great Depression. That's the worst case scenario. These solar storms aren't anything new, yet no one's learned their lesson. What on earth is this nation's leadership doing? It's currently unknown how many dead, wounded, and missing have resulted from this current catastrophe. Since the morning of the 25th until today, NASA has made 4 announcements on the abnormal activity of the sun. Presently, there have been at least 439 large-scale solar flares of X-class intensity. That's a lot. Powerful solar storms moving upward of 2,000 kilometers per second have been emitted in rapid succession, each one subsequently reaching the Earth one by one. Observed earlier yesterday morning, the U.S. government promptly sent the findings to the governments of various nations worldwide. However, when asked why such info was not released publicly beforehand, Chief Cabinet Secretary Yamanishi said, "It is deeply regrettable, and we're investigating the cause." Next. I'm live from the Shinjuku station. All lines of transportation have been suspended, and the area is flooded with people stranded. Employees here say most devices are working, but due to the various abnormalities, they are currently checking all systems for safety purposes. We do not currently have an ETA for when everything will be restored. In 2 hours, most company employees will be leaving work, flooding the station. Further chaos is expected. Take a look at this footage taken from a live camera in Shiodome. Can you see the black smoke currently rising from Odaiba? Fuji-Sun TV's HQs in Odaiba, but it's currently impossible to contact them. Also, according to information found on the internet, there were large explosions at the Tokyo Expo Odaiba venue. It is possible that this was an act of terror. For safety purposes, the Rainbow Bridge to Odaiba has been sealed off. The Metro Expressway Bayshore route has also been closed. The Yurikamome Rinkai Railroad and Aqualiner are closed as well. Breaking news, the U.S. has announced that Vice President Crane has been in a traffic accident and has sustained serious injuries. Details on his condition are unknown. It is under investigation due to the possibility of terrorism. Not the Tamagawa River in Tokyo's Setagaya Ward. Look at this. Large number of birds are falling out of the sky. You can see incredible splashes of water as they land in the river. Look out. We need to get out of here. It's dangerous. Matsuda-san. Can you hear me? Matsuda-san? I swallowed my breath as I watched the chaos unfold around the world on TV. It said there's a knock at my door. Who could it be? It's not mealtime, nor is it time for them to check my temperature. Whoever it is, they're not a nurse. Is it Kaito? And who is it? I woke up here a little under a month ago. During all that time, aside from the doctor in charge of me, the nurses, only Yashio Kaito-san came to visit. Come in. I replied timidly. Is it Kimijima-ko? Maybe my missing mom heard about me. He's here to visit, especially after seeing all the chaos. I searched right at the door waiting for it to open. But... is it... it would be... Kona-chan's mother. No matter how long I wait, the door doesn't open. That's strange. I know I felt the presence of someone on the other side of the door when I heard that knock. Suddenly a little scared, I hide under the covers. Put the blanket over me and close my eyes. If someone comes in, I'll just pretend to be asleep. I don't want to see anyone. I'll be here alone forever. I shouldn't expect anything. A guy voice and laughing? A terrible chill runs down my spine. My eyes are closed, but I can tell. Right next to my bed. There's someone standing there. They're not saying anything. I can just barely hear them breathing. But when did they come inside? I didn't hear a sound of the door opening. It's only been for a few seconds since I laid down on my bed and closed my eyes. During the time this person managed to open the sliding door, enter the room, and walk to the side of my bed. I want to open my eyes, but I also don't want to. I'm terrified. My body starts to quiver in fear. I clutch the sheets tightly. Who? Who is it? Why won't they talk? Are they just standing there? I can't keep my eyes closed any longer. I have to see who's standing there. I have to. If not, my heart will keep beating faster and faster until it ruptures. I know what I have to do. I slowly, cautiously open my eyes. Is it no one? Do they have invisibility? Or are they delusions? After exploding to the rainbow colors, the sky is back to its normal pale blue color. Can't use Iruo. All my girlfriends are here at my house for some reason. Alright, fine. I guess I'll go out for a little bit. I don't want to go into this chaos. What did I do to deserve this? Why me? Isn't it time to laze around and gorge myself on pizza? There's a call for all the lab's mems. Seems like an Operation Leviatane is about to commence. Time to use my title as super hacker to figure out what's going on. Protect my wife and daughter. Daddy's gonna try very hard. Oh, they're at the point here. I see. Okay, so that's when things line up. Hey, Odaiba is falling. Odaiba is dead. My husband and child are at the expo venue in Odaiba and I cannot get in contact with them. Someone tell me what's going on. Odaiba collapsing? Are you serious? Look at Odaiba with our Ruo. Self-Defense Force announced they're scrambling F-15s from Misawa Base. So Odaiba, even though I Ruo, it's a disaster. Can't even laugh about it. Why is Fuji-san TV disconnected? Broadcast accident? Are the people at Odaiba safe? How many thousands of people do you think are at Odaiba? Can't believe this happened during the expo. That's why I said to cancel the expo. Who's going to take responsibility? What is that giant tower looking thing? I can see a tower. It's huge. Is that tower thing real? Not an AR? It's the end of the world. What is happening? Why did it light up? What is that tower? It's the Grand Obelisk. Space elevator. Did the Committee of 300 make it? There's no way human science could create such a big thing. Odaiba is in trouble. Too unrealistic to have built secretly. It has to be a mirage. But I really see it there. I really do. This isn't reality. This isn't reality. My head is going crazy. It's the same thing as the anime that leaked final episode. It scares me when I compare the final episode gut roll to what's going on in reality. Is the world coming to an end? Please no. Odaiba is flooded. Send me and Misaki start the terrorist attack. She is crazy. Run to a place where solar storm won't hit. Looks like the Grand Obelisk. Breaking news, Grand Obelisk comes to life. The solar storm is here, just like it was said in the Kimishima reports. The Kimishima reports were right. This isn't a trick? Odaiba is collapsing? Why didn't Kimishima-san tell us about this 10 years ago? And this wouldn't have happened. Find the Committee of 300 and kill them. Someone call an ambulance. I'm in Odaiba right now, but my Pokecom isn't connecting. What are the police and army doing? Did the government, police, and army resign to the committee? What is that tower? Fuji-san TV isn't showing up because of Odaiba collapsing. Maybe Fuji-san TV went down too. The tower lit up. Odaiba isn't collapsing. Over 1,000 planes in the air are now missing. Expo venue has gone down. A robot at the venue shot a missile and I ran for my life. It was like war. I thought I was going to die. Barely made it out. Got stepped on and fell many times running for the venue in a panic. That is the space elevator in the anime. The Grand Obelisk. There's no way a tower from an anime is real. Why is everyone saying the Odaiba has collapsed? I'm next to Fuji-san TV, but did something happen at the expo? There's smoke coming from the expo venue. Loud noises too. I was about to be killed by Misaki-san. I'm currently in Odaiba, but only one part of it has collapsed. I'm at Odaiba. The phone isn't connecting, but Ruo works. Please help me. Breaking news, Rainbow Bridge is closed. Young men are attacking the service robots at Ikekabukuro. Solar storm, another blackout. All the signals are down. The robot from Exoskeleton Company went crazy. Fuji-san TV is radio silent. Solar storm just happened. Everything's happening so fast. Looks like the U.S. 8th Fleet is making the emergency dispatch. Minato, Tokyo is completely blacked out. Public transportation is completely stopped. Maybe it's weaker than the last year's solar storm. My Pokecom is fine with this time. My phone is dead. Why didn't the phone company deal with this? The train stopped. They're announcing that they don't know when it will be back up. Can't do this. Can the solar storm just disappear? It's a ghost that lives in Iruo's fault. In Kawasaki, someone wearing the HUG has suddenly attacked a pregnant woman. The ground is covered in blood. Jesus. Not just in Tokyo, the whole world's in chaos. If it's what the Kimishima report said, the magnetospheric substorm is going to hit and the world will end, someone gotta do something. I wonder if all the HUGs are going to go berserk. All 3 million of them. If that's what the Kimishima report said, the magnetic substorm is going to hit the world will end. And the world will end, so do something. North America, EU, and the Middle East are all having disasters. Is it true that a private jet for the US president went down? That robots are going out of control again. Terrorists found the November attack hasn't been caught yet, right? The robots are still moving. They're marching in the middle of the street in Shinjuku. So scary. I might get killed. My phone isn't connecting again, damn it. Robot from Exco is going crazy and killing the visitors. Please retweet. There's a chance that all service robots may go out of control. It's just the beginning, and only the beginning. After this magnetospheric substorm is going to hit, then the world will end. I got a report from my sister studying abroad that another riot started on the west coast of the US. This isn't reality, it's just gossip. Gonna go to sleep. A nuclear missile was discovered as a disguised rocket in Jiuquan, China. Wow. What's going on in Tokyo? Is Robotics Club okay? This is horrible. This has to be a lie. I'm fine. What's going on? Odaiba collapsing? Aren't my senpais in trouble? Nothing else works. Well, if Misaki knows Hidden Hand, then she must be on the good guys team, I would think. The radiance that seemed like it could engulf the entire world has vanished from the giant grand obelisk. It all happened so quickly, even felt a little anticlimactic. After all, considering the largest solar storm in history just hit, I was fully prepared for Project Atom to kick off right then and there. But I can't let my guard down just yet. We got hit just like the Kimishima report said we would. I checked Whippo in the news, and it looks like the world is in utter chaos right now. The storm is of a clearly much higher magnitude than the one that hit Tokyo back in November. If the Committee 300 were to start their terrorist plot right now, there'd be nothing stopping them. Kimishima-ko's warning was right. He knew this would happen and gave us the time to prepare. But at the end, there was barely any point in leaking the reports. I couldn't be any more frustrated if I tried. After all, even I underestimated how bad this would get. I made the baseless assumption that the storm probably wouldn't arrive during the expo. During the Kimishima-ko, despite Kimishima-ko constantly warning me otherwise. Actually, leaking the reports was not useless, because by giving everyone the report, there's no point in assassinating you. Of course, like, genociding 5 billion people was something they're going to do anyway, so at least you prolonged your life a bit. I treated the warning that he gave his life for too lightly. Frau was right. I should have gone to hiding on Tanegashima and prepared for all of this. Terrorism and assassins included. Okay. Yasune's smiling face appeared in the back of my mind. It was the same gentle smile that he saw whenever she was on TV. Yeah, after finally seeing her after 7 years, that smile sends a chill down my spine. Was she smiling like that while she was planning the terrorist attack? Yasune, what happened to you? I grit my teeth and look around. People who evacuate the chaos of the expo venue are still unsettled, worried that something else will happen. The park is filled with people, not just expo visitors, but also those who are just visiting in general. There had to be over 10,000 of them. Among them, some are covered with injuries. There are people sitting down on the ground bleeding. It's been nearly an hour since all the hell broke loose in the expo arena. There's no sign of the police or any ambulances. Before the solar storm hit, I know for a fact that I heard sirens approaching. I know I did. Where in the hell did they go? And then there are power outages. Lights are all... oh my gosh. Lights are out all over Odaiba. Tokyo is suffering for yet another massive blackout. It's not too bad right now since it's the middle of the day. But just thinking about the night makes me shudder. How the hell do I have any service? Shit. Even the emergency number's no good. You can't call for ambulances. I can hear people murmuring amongst themselves. It's been like this for nearly an hour, but yeah, the phones don't work. If the general phone lines and the internet ones are both unavailable, that's definitely not normal. That's why I haven't been able to get in touch with Michi or Mr. Candy. Everything about the situation sucks ass. It's not like I can do jack shit right now. All I can do is sit around and think about how bad things really are. I click my tongue and crouch down on the spot. Sitting down, I feel the chill of the cold street directly against my skin. Right in front of me, Akio sits clutching her knees with a vacant expression on her face. I've never seen her this sad before. I've been trying to talk to her, but she doesn't respond. I tried to stand her up, but all she did was weakly shake her head no. I can't blame her. Misuni did something awful. Her dream to enter the expo and show off her CoZ robots crushed in less than a week by her own beloved sister. And it wasn't just Akiho. Misuni never hurt me, and Mizuka-san too. Misuni hurt me, Mizuka-san too. I won't let her get away with this. But at the same time, I don't want to believe that she would do all this. Both of these feelings swirl within me. I'm getting so upset that I can't help but wrap my arms around myself. God damn it, I'm trembling everything. How pathetic. The expo arena terrorism. When it was happening, all I could do was watch in stunned silence, completely paralyzed. Thinking back on it, it terrifies me how helpless I was in the midst of all that destruction. One wrong step and I could have died on the spot. The despair I felt in the moment lingers with me even now. The intense shockwaves hitting my body. The screams of fleeing people only further amplifying the fear. The physically revolting appearance of that six-legged giant spider crawling after Akiho. I don't know how I survived. It was even more of a miracle that Akiho made it out unharmed. She recklessly tried to use Molotov to stop Misuni. If it wasn't her sister, she'd have probably been killed. The former Madam President is too goddamn reckless. If Akiho had died, just imagining it makes my chest ache, even more than imagining my own death. I can't even imagine my life without Akiho. She's always been with me. I bet it's similar to the feeling of having a twin. It's not a matter of whether I like or dislike her, she's just there, she's a constant. Losing Akio is the one thing I don't want to imagine. I grind my teeth. I shouldn't think about that right now. My mental state isn't doing so hot.
Oh! Kaito-kun! Akio-chan!
Snap back to reality. I raise my head towards the voice, only to find Mr. Candy stomping over to us and waving his hand. His voice and physique are large, so he stands out even amidst a sea of people. President. I'm glad you two are safe. I was worried. Just seeing a face I know puts me at ease. I can feel the string of tension within me loosen a little. Likewise, sir. I heard you too, Parakeet. Wait, he actually brought his bird to Tokyo. Everything went down just as I hopped out of my taxi in Odaiba. I've been wandering around looking for you guys ever since. Where's Mitsuhiko? He's missing. You can't get in touch with him. I tried calling him a few times, but it wouldn't go through. Figures. More importantly, have you guys checked the internet? They're freaking out about how some parts of Odaiba collapsed or something. Good lord. What gobbledygook. It's gotta be fake. Info's probably getting all jumbled up because electronic devices are dead. Still, it's pretty sad that the mass media can't tell the difference. Electronic devices are dead, you say? About that, Kaito. Don't you think it's strange? My Pokecom is perfectly fine. What? Sir Candy's comment hits me like a ton of bricks. It's exactly right. I saw the news about Odaiba collapsing on my own Pokecom. I can see Twipple like normal. I can post and everything. It's just the phone lines aren't connecting. Is that because of the power outages? What's going on? Last year, when the storm hit, I heard that Pokecoms were completely useless. No matter how you look at it, the whole thing doesn't sit right with me. It's like someone's pulled the wool over our eyes. Oh, and I used the Street View function in Iruo to look around earlier, right? It was all really strange. How so? Have a look for yourself. Before you even finish speaking, I boot up Iruo on my Pokecom. Whoa, what the heck is this? Within the world of Iruo, Odaiba is a literal war zone. The roads are flooded, the expo arena, Fujisan TV, and various other buildings have been destroyed. Bridges have collapsed and wreckage is scattered all over the place. Everything with the current state of the expo arena is totally fake. This isn't reality. The Odaiba that exists on the internet right now is nothing more than a lie. This is real bad. Pretty elaborate, isn't it? Who would be capable of doing such a thing? Anyone can post images to Iruo after registering. There have been fake images like this uploaded before. When that happens, other users report it and the administrators will erase it. This is another example of that? Maybe administration isn't functioning due to all the chaos. That's probably why the fake images haven't been taken down. These fake images of destruction uploaded to Iruo must be the source of the fake news. The mass media took it as a reality and started reporting on it in their hysteria, spreading the misinformation. Did nobody doubt what they were seeing? Or is this more propaganda? The thought appears in the back of my mind. It's possible that Tavistock Institute is manufacturing and spreading propaganda worldwide. In that case, has Project Atom already begun? How does everywhere else look? Tokyo has a lot of robots. I didn't notice it that much after staying here for 10 days, but I felt it far more than usual today. You know, this city is swarming with robots and all. He's right, there are lots of robots. I thought as much when I came last year. There are life-size service robots all over. They're what caused the robot uprising last year. Even the recently opened Aqualiner has a service robot sitting in its driver's seat. It's pretty crazy considering the Eureka Mome automatic traffic system has been in service for over 15 years that drivers are robots. The Aqualiner took the complete opposite approach by immediately bringing them on. The Metro Expressway Bayside route has robots standing at the toll booths and guidance robots populate Odaiba. This is all done with the express purpose of promoting the expo. In order to strengthen the appeal of the expo, Toga spent quite a lot on taxes in order to promote the spread of service robots. It was all written in the expo pamphlets. Actually, that reminds me, I haven't seen a single robot since the storm hit about 30 minutes ago. After last November, all of them should be equipped with solar storm countermeasures. They stopped working because of the power outages? Or wait, don't tell me. Are the robots going berserk again? Nope, I didn't see a single person getting attacked. That being said, the station was closed off, with the robots there guiding people along. The robots were also closing off the exit for a parking garage so nobody could get their cars out. Same for the Rainbow Bridge entrance. The robots were saying that it's too dangerous to pass. The robots are saying it's too dangerous to pass? Nope, I didn't see a single person getting attacked. Feels like the robots have completely locked us in. It's a tad creepy, don't you think? So the truth that Odaiba didn't actually collapse doesn't get out? I'm probably just overthinking it, though. Show me the boings, boings. Why is he laughing? This isn't something to laugh about. How long does robots function with the power out? I'm pretty sure they need to be charged at regular intervals. More importantly, what's that huge pillar? Apparently it's the Grand Obelisk. Is it real? Doesn't appear to be an illusion or a mirage or anything like that. Perhaps we get close to its base. I'd like to take a look. I know, it seems pretty far away. It also sprouted out from the middle of Tokyo Bay. You'd have to go for a swim to get anywhere close. President, can you stay here and watch Aki-chan for a little while? Sure. I don't mind. Well, where are you off to? I'm just gonna take a look around. I see. Be careful. Don't do anything dangerous. I nod then turn to Akiho. Aki-chan, I'll be right back. So wait here. The president. Akiho weakly raises her head. She looks at me with pleading eyes and grabs my hand. Kai, stay here. Don't worry, I'll be right back, I promise. Is he gonna check Irie? I gently let go of her trembling hand, stand up. I leave Akiho behind, make my way to the expo arena. The scars of destruction are vivid and graphic. You see the extent of it even from the outside. I'm going back because something's been weighing heavily on my mind. What Akiho said after the Spider Ichuji destroyed Mall 2. Big sis isn't here. She disappeared. I have no clue where Misuni ran off to, but I have to look for her. I need to find her and press her for the truth. It's possible the roof could collapse further, but I don't have the luxury of being scared. Misuni might still be hiding inside. I need to go. She might be long gone by now, but this is the only place I can think of to search. Even the corridor parts of the wall are broken with chunks of rubble strewn about. The venue is completely deserted, as if the hustle and bustle from a few hours ago never happened. I hear something and hide behind a pillar. Someone's here. I quietly peek out. It's him. Ooh, that's a cut on his femur. That might be if he cut his femoral artery, he's dead. Sawada Toshiyuki. He sits with his back to the wall, not moving. We parted ways and Misuni's Spider Ichuji started its rampage. Has he been here the whole time? There are devices I've never seen scared about at his feet. What are those things? I grit my teeth. I need to know who he really is. The section chief of the exoskeleton company's Ichuji testing department. A man with connections at Tavistock Institute, Misuni's superior. But earlier today, he pointed his gun at her. Was he trying to stop her before she went berserk? Or was it some kind of infighting? Let's do this. I gulp, then feel around to check for the hard object I'm keeping underneath my clothes. The gun I took from earlier. Akiho 332. It's still on the ground hugging my knees. My butt is starting to get cold. The inside of the expo arena had AC, but due to all the body heat coming off the guests, it wasn't that cold. I just realized for the first time since coming here, Tokyo is a cold, cold place. I haven't been able to stop trembling for a while, but is that because I'm actually cold, or is it because of everything that happened? It doesn't matter. I try to ward off the cold by hugging my body tightly. I should have brought some hand warmers or something. All our time was spent in the hotel and expo arena, so I'm not even wearing a proper jacket. My outfit's fine for Tanegashima, but it's way too light for February in Tokyo. You can tell by looking at the people around me. Unlike me, they're all bundled up. Not a single one of the girls have had their legs exposed. The only warm thing I have on me is this little darkened fink in my hand. Big Sis made it for me 10 years ago, and it's been one of my closest friends ever since. Squeezing it makes me feel a little better, but the peace of mind is temporary at best. Suddenly I remember the warmth of my sister's hand when she would hold mine. After the MF anemone incident, when I woke up from my 3-day-long coma, Big Sis was right there beside me. Aki, thank goodness. Thank goodness you're okay. When she realized I'd woken up, large tears started falling from her eyes and onto my cheeks. I still remember how warm those tears were. I thought you would never wake up again. I'm so glad. It must have been terrible. I'm so proud of you for staying strong. To be honest, I don't really remember anything. Right. I'm sure you wouldn't. You weren't conscious, after all. But you know, for 3 days you were gone. I was very, very lonely. It was like all the color disappeared from my world. Mom later informed me that Big Sis sat by my side the entire time, holding my hand tightly and talking to me. She didn't even sleep. Kai was also unconscious the whole time, which means she left him alone. I kind of felt bad about that. Granted, he wasn't all alone. His mom and dad were there with him. If he never woke up, I would have stayed here holding your hand for the rest of my life. Thank you for waking up. Thank you so much, Aki. I love you so much. Hearing those words from Big Sis made me so happy I could never put it into words. I can't remember a time when I was happier to have her as my older sister. I love you too, Big Sis. I know. But thinking back on it, I think that was the turning point. For the incident, Big Sis began to grow distant. Whenever we were at home, she was always on edge. She has a constant aura that made it really hard to talk to her. Maybe Big Sis was intentionally distancing herself from her sister so that if she ever died on her mission, it would hurt Aki-chan less. No matter what you do, you'll always be average, Aki. Those were the words Big Sis left me with before she left the island. You've grown. Her smile was the same as always, at least I think it was. Her gentle demeanor hadn't changed at all, at least it shouldn't have. Has the rocket launched yet? I thought it'd be like we were never apart, that we'd chat for hours and hours. I finally caught up to Big Sis, I finally fulfilled my dream. I expected her to praise me for all my hard work. I'm not amazing like my sister. As an ordinary person, I thought I could hold my head up high, proudly proclaim that I gave it my all. I thought I'd be able to say at least that much. But right before my eyes, Big Sis, she took on Bill too. I don't understand. I don't understand at all. It was always me trying to get in touch with her. I tried emailing her, calling her, but no matter how I tried to contact her, she never answered me. She never came back to the island to see me, not even once. Apparently she stayed in touch with Mizuka-san, but she avoided me. I must have been nothing but a bother to her. I relied on her too much, and now she's done with me. She doesn't love me anymore. So this all be my fault for getting too excited about seeing her again. Who wants a dumb, overly excited little sister like me? I'm just in the way. And on top of that, I did it right before her important demonstration in front of a huge audience. It only makes sense that she'd abandoned me for not being able to read the room. It's natural. My vision goes blurry. I wipe away the tears welling up with my hands. I'm tired of everything. No matter how hard I try it and charge for it with all I've got. I know that it's all for nothing. I understand that now. I'm done. Done with making calls I'll never be answered. Done with sending messages I'll never get replies. Done chasing after my amazing kind big sis that everyone called a prodigy. I'm done with it all. Every time. I was always so nervous, never tried to call big sis. I struggled with it for several minutes, even hours, before I finally gathered up the courage to hit the call button. I call, even though deep inside I was secretly hoping she wouldn't answer, and yet every time she didn't answer, I'd feel like crying anyway. All alone, I did this over and over again for 7 lonely years after she left the island. I'm an idiot. I really am an idiot. She was just avoiding me the entire time. Big Sis never saw me as anything but a pain in her ass. All the tears I've been holding back threatened to come bursting forth. I raised my head to try and hold them back. I look around me. Mr. Candy is standing nearby, fiercely operating his Pokecon with his big hands. Kai. Hey, where are you? No matter how much I've searched, I can't find my beloved childhood friend. He let go of my hand just a bit ago, but where'd he go? Kai, come back. I wonder what Kai thinks of me. When the Robotics Club was disbanded, he made that promise to me. It's still okay for me to believe him? Don't move. I'm gonna point at Sawada is trembling pathetically. I'm normally calm and collected when I play ranked kill ballad, but this is a completely different story. Sensation of the gun in my hands, its weight. It looks like a toy, but in reality it's extremely thick and feels very heavy. Shit, with openings like this, I'm practically asking to get killed. Just thinking that is enough to make me feel anxious. It's you. Sawada stays flat against the wall, making no attempt to move. Even with the gun pointed at him, he doesn't try to run away. Looks like you're hurt. His left leg soaked in blood. The blood spraying through his suit, darkening it. Thanks to Senomiya's lovely display. You do not need to point that thing at me. I never had any intention of harming you from the beginning. Slowly lower the gun. So you gotta put it back in my pocket. Put the safety on. I imagine you want to avoid any accidental discharges. Safety? Look at the gun and find something that resembles a switch, but I don't know if it's a safety or not. I warily look at Sawada. He gently nods as I flip the switch on and stuff the gun back in my pocket. The ambulances aren't coming, so we can't treat your wounds, sorry. Do not worry about me. I performed emergency treatment myself. I've stopped the bleeding for the time being. Despite being injured, Sawada's oddly calm. Man, this guy has no weaknesses at all. It's kind of frustrating, but I'll deal with it. I glance at the devices on the floor nearby. As far as I can tell, they're metal boxes. It's about the size of a bulky dictionary. The letters N-I-V, so N4 maybe, are written on the surfaces. There are 4 of them strewn about, 3 of which have been violently disassembled, with the circuit boards and various cords yanked out. What are these? Silent weapons. Yup, delusions. You could say they are the source of that magic. What do you mean? You live in Tanegashima, correct? In addition, you're the one who found the Kimijima reports and spread them across the world. You should understand what I mean. I gulp involuntarily. How did you know it was me? Even online, nobody figured out it was me. I've been monitoring you ever since I first saw you at Robo 1. Why would you do that? I suppose you could say I was doing a follow-up investigation on non-test subjects. I don't follow what he's saying at all. Oh, the anemone incident? Despite my own confusion, I can't let those words slip by unnoticed. You're saying I'm a test subject?
あんた、俺に何
What
を
did you do to me?
私は何もしていない。
I've done nothing to
何
you.
もな。
Nothing at all.
じゃあ
Then
電磁波照射。
electromagnetic irradiation.
君は電磁波照射
You
実
were
験に
involved in
巻
an
き込まれ
experiment
た。
involving
その
electromagnetic
ことを
irradiation. That is what I am saying. Electromagnetic irradiation experiment? Suddenly hits me. My 18 years of life, there's only one event that could fit that description.
アネモネ号
The MF anemone.
その時に使われ
The
たものと
devices scattered across the floor were the same as the ones that were employed back then.
この会場内にい
There
く
were
つも仕
several
掛
of
けら
them
れた。
placed around the inside of the venue.
おそらくここだけだ。
Devices are likely
お台
not
場のあち
restricted
こ
to
ち
this
に密
location
かに設
alone.
置されている。
I heavily suspect that there are more hidden all across Odaiba.
待ったちょっと待った
Well, wait, slow down.
何いきなりさらっ
You're
とす
dropping
ごいこと
bombshell
ばかり
after
しちゃってる
bombshell
わ
like
け
they're nothing. You expect me to keep up.
電磁波照射実験ってなんだ
What do you
よ
mean
それ
electromagnetic
で何が起
irradiation
きるんだよ
experiment? What the hell
お
is
台場にいっ
happening
ぱいあ
right
るって
now?
何がどう
What
なって
hiding them in Odaiba?
魔法だよ。
It is magic.
君は見ていないのか。
Did you not see
海
it?
から生えたあの
That
巨大な
gigantic
塔。
spire sprouting out from the sea?
グランドオベリスクのこと
You mean the Grand Obelisk?
お台場にいる人間は
Every
全員
person in Odaiba
あれ
can
を
see it
肉眼で視認
with
して
their
いる
own
んだ。
two eyes.
惑わされるな。
But do not be
あれは
fooled.
幻
It
影
is
だ。
merely an illusion.
肉眼で見え
It
る
is
AR
simply
のような
augmented
ものだ。
reality for the naked eye.
な
むしろそう思わ
I'm
なかった
actually
ことが
quite
不思
surprised you
議
did
だな。
not consider
私は
that until now.
あの規模の建物。
Do you really think a
ほんの数
structure
時
of
間
that
で
scale
建
could
て
be
ただけ。
constructed in a matter of hours? It's like he could read my mind. Yes, I definitely had many doubts. But I didn't entertain them. I didn't even try to.
だけどみんながみんな同じ幻覚を見てるの
Is it really possible for everyone to see the same illusion simultaneously?
そのための装置だ。
This device is capable of that. So it shifted his gaze to the boxes on the
電
floor.
磁波を照射して集団に
Devices that emit
幻覚を
electromagnetic
見せる
waves in order to show illusions to the masses. Something like that was written in the Kimishima reports. It said the Tavistock Institute is doing research into that kind of technology.
でもアネモネ号じゃ俺は幻
But
覚
I'm
なんて
seeing
見
the
てない
illusions on the MF
それどころか
anemone. In
変な
fact,
発作
all
の
it did
後遺
was
症が
lead
で
to
きただ
these
けだ
weird seizures.
10年前、その装置のデータは
I'd heard previously that the data on those devices was lost 10 years ago.
渋谷地震の時に
During the Shibuya earthquake. Shibuya earthquake. Therefore, it's entirely possible
未完成
the
状態で実
experiment
験
on
を
the
していた
MF
可能
anemone
性も
utilized an incomplete version of the technology.
いやアキちゃんは人体実験の
Are
実
you
験
telling
台
me
に
that
されたってこ
Aki-chan
と
and I
だ
were
よ
human test subjects?
最初からそう言って
That is what I've been saying since the beginning.
あんたが
It was you that...
勘違いするな
Do not
その
misunderstand.
実験を行ったのは
I've
私ではな
already
い
told you that I did not carry out the experiment. I hold back the urge to shout at him.
あんたは300人委員会の人間じゃないの
You're not from the committee of 300?
私のことをどこまで知って
How much do you know about me? Gurwood answered my question with another question.
あんたの父親が
Just that your
タビス
father
トックの
works as
特
a
別顧
special
問だったことだ
advisor
よ
for Tavistock.
そうか
I see. Sado laughed to himself, perhaps at himself, before returning to his piercing gaze. Then, without answering my
ヒド
question,
ゥンハンド
hidden hand. Is he gonna disappear? His whisper sent a chill down my spine. That word again.
神の見えざる手
The invisible hand of God.
そしてカゴメカゴ
Kagame, Kagame. Yeah, I guess the secret weapon, the silent weapon activates when Kagame Kagame plays.
どちらもイルミナ
Which
ティに
is how
関
it
係
worked
した
in
キ
Chaos and
ー
Noah.
気
Both
づ
are
いていた
keywords related to the Illuminati. Have you taken notice?
イルミナティ
Illuminati?
200年以上も前に
Is a
存
secret
在していた
society
秘
that
密結社
existed
に
for
し
well
て
over 200 years.
300人委員会
One
の
that
元にある
operates
者
beneath
た
the
ちがいる
committee of 300. Are you serious?
カゴメカゴメは
It said that
Davide no
Kagame
hoshi wa-
Kagame is a metaphor for the Star of David. Okay, no comment.
いや、だって
Wait, but Kagome Kagome is just a kid song, isn't it?
200年以
I
上も
believe I
前
already
と
told
言っ
you.
たぞ。
They've existed for well over 200 years.
300人委員会もいるのに
Both the Committee of
その
300
設立
and the
は
Illuminati were
1700
established in the 1700s.
日本は当時
Japan was still in the middle of the Edo period at that time.
見えざる支配者たち
It
の
would
中
not be strange for
当時
those
黄金鏡と
invisible
言われたこ
rulers
の極東の
to have
地に
extended their
その触
tentacles
手を伸
into
ば
the
してい
Far
たとして
East,
なんだ
into the Golden Land, so to speak.
じゃあ一斉にみん
Then
なのポ
is
ケ
it
コン
the
でカゴメ
Committee of
カゴメが鳴り
300
出
that's
すの
sending
300人委
Kagome
員会
Kagome
の
to
仕業っ
everyone's
てわけ
Pokecons?
実験開始の
Presently, I believe that is their method
今
of
のところ
signaling
私の
to begin
予想だ
experimentation.
実験
Experimentation? More experiments?
私たちは今
We are
地球
witnessing
規模
the
で捏
display
造さ
of
れ
a
た現実を
fabricated
見せられ
reality on a global scale.
プロパガンダと言い
Propaganda.
換えることもでき
No,
る
let me rephrase. It is something far more powerful than
洗
that.
脳どころか現実をもねじ曲げるレ
A
ベルの
whole
も
new
のだ
level of
が
augmenting reality.
今この瞬間ありとあ
At
ら
this
ゆる
very
プロパガン
moment,
ダ
all
がリア
manner
ル
of
タイムで起き
propaganda are
ている
being implemented in real
そうして
time. The
人々
reality
の
of the
現実
common
はねじ
people
曲
is
げ
being
られ
distorted.
情報操作による
An
人為的
artificial
パラダイ
paradigm
ムシフ
shift
ト
attributed to the manipulation of information.
これまでの実験は
One could
全
say
て
all previous experiments up until this point were held for this very day.
これはプロジェクトアトムの
This is the
絶頂
harbinger of Project Adam. Project Adam.
情報を操作したからってどうなるわけ
What is manipulating the information supposed to accomplish?
お台場が崩壊したなんて情報は
The news that
一日
Odaiba
もすれば
collapsed
す
will
ぐ
be
に嘘だと
exposed
判
for
明
the
して
lie
世
that
界
it
中に
is
拡散
within
さ
the
れる
day. Then what?
こんなことで何十億人も虐殺
Something
で
like
きる
this
とは
can't
言え
get
ない
billions of people killed.
この数時間の世界規模の混
Are you
乱
aware
は
of what brought about the
何が
global
原因で
chaos
引き起
that has
こさ
been
れたの
occurring
か
over the past several hours? Saw it immediately changes the
太陽
subject.
嵐でしょ
Solar storm,
これ
right?
までで最
The
大規
biggest
模
one we've seen yet,
15
even
年クラッシュ
stronger
の
than
時
the
より
crash
強
of
力な
15.
電子機器も使え
Because
な
of
く
it,
なって
electronic
それで
devices
混乱
can't be used in the chaos.
太陽嵐など来ていない
There has been no solar storm.
は
What's he trying to say?
あだって NASA が
The
データ
NASA
を公表してた
publicized
よ
the data.
マスコミだって情
The
報
media
を
reported on.
NASA は設立当初
NASA
から
has been under the Committee of 300's thumb ever since its creation.
マスコミについても論
The
外だ
mass media is also no exception.
情報
They
操
are
作
the
の
vanguard of
先
information manipulation.
太陽嵐はま
There
だ来て
hasn't
な
been a
い
storm.
だが
No.
今や世界中は
Yet
太
the
陽
world
嵐
has
の到
fallen
来という
into
誤情
chaos
報によ
over
り
this
狂乱
false
状態だ
information.
これこそがプロパガンダのもたら
This is
し
the
た
fabricated
捏造
reality
された現実だ
propaganda has brought.
君も今ま
You
さにそれ
too
を体
are
験していると
experiencing
は
it
ない
at
か
this very moment.
巨大な柱から
A
放たれた
giant pillar
光
emitting light.
虹色に
The
輝
sky
いた空
erupting into a vast
お台
sea
場が
of
崩壊したと
rainbow.
騒ぎ立
The
ててい
media
るマス
panicking over Odaiba's collapse.
にもかかわらず我々
Yet here
は
we
こうして
are,
ここで普通に
Having
話
a
している
perfectly normal conversation.
普通に使うことが
Pokecoms
でき
also
る
function as normal.
捏造された現実
Fabricated reality.
お台場が崩壊したなど
Normally,
普通
nobody would ever believe that Odaiba had collapsed.
だがポケコンとイル
But
オの
thanks
普
to the
及
spread of
がそのいかにも
Pokecoms
嘘くさい情報操作を
the entire world has easily bought into this false narrative.
イルオは今や世界の人々
To
にと
the
っ
people of the
て
world,
現実
Iruo
よ
is
り
now
もリ
more
アル
real than reality itself.
そこに崩壊したお台
If
場の画像
images
がア
of
ッ
the
プロー
collapse
ド
of
されれ
Odaiba are
ば
uploaded to
イルオ
Iruo,
ユーザーのおよそ
even
半
only
分が
half
信
of
じた
users
として
believe
も
what they see.
それだけで
That
10
alone
億人
is
の
over 1 billion people. So, like, are the Kimijima reports actually, like, Committee of 300 propaganda? So I'm better off not sending it at all?
その数の人間が信じれば現実は
If that many people truly believe something, reality becomes unstable. That is
それ
how
だけ曖昧ということだ
ill-defined concepts like common knowledge are. But I mean, the Kimijima reports can't be Committee of 300 propaganda because the reports literally talk about the silent weapons, and why would the Committee 300 do that? They wouldn't. Fabricated information can easily take the place of reality.
人間の歴史を見てみるといい。歴史は常に勝者が作ってきた。それが今も変わらず行われている。
Simply observe the history of mankind. History has always been written by the victors. That applies and extends to this very day. Make it sound like Pokecoms and Rue are involved in this whole conspiracy. That seems like one hell of a reach. Why? If you go that far, we might as well say that every product in the world is part of some master plan. Alright, then is the robot boom also part of this propaganda? That's correct. I was being facetious, but Salvador replies quickly without a hint of a smile. Do you not find it unnatural how the Gunvolt anime became such a worldwide hit? How it brought with it the subsequent robot boom? There have been countless mecha anime produced over the years. Why would this one in particular become such an explosive hit, reaching heights far beyond its competitors? Did you try to say this was propaganda too? And I'm pretty sure you could just call that good advertising, right? Robot boom stands out as a far more unnatural occurrence between the two. Reason being that bipedal robots are a selection of culture that was cultivated in and does not extend beyond Japan. Is a niche field of research in the rest of the world. If you examine other countries such as America, you will find that they chose to prioritize 4- and 6-legged robots. Companies not operate for the sake of romanticism. Despite this, the number of bipedal research firms has exploded in recent years. It is reasonable to assume that the committee was at work behind the scenes. There are traces of vast sums of money being moved around. Why would the Committee of 300 push for robot development to make Project Mars a reality? Upon Project Atom's completion, the population would be culled to 1 billion. The technological advancement of bipedal robots will allow maintenance of human society. At any rate, the committee's ultimate goal is the completion of Project Atom. X Day is soon approaching. The fate of 5 billion people will be determined in the days to come. So if the solar storms aren't a thing, how are they going to kill 5 billion people? He's trying to see Hidaka Hiromu. Hidaka Hiromu, not... Wait, Hidaka. Who has the last name Hidaka again? Isn't it like Hidaka Itaru? Isn't that the name of Daru in the past game? I'm not sure. The wind is more humid than usual. The sky is overcast with dark clouds. Looks like it's going to rain. Expecting that I click my tongue. If it's going to rain, I shouldn't have come out on the boat in the first place. I don't normally go out to sea at this hour. Go fishing low for sunrise, and I'm back in the harbor for noon. So I'm always at home in the afternoon or out drinking with friends. That's been the rhythm of my life ever since I became a fisherman 20 years ago. I didn't often break that rhythm to go out to sea in the middle of the afternoon. I chose this time in particular to be out here because no matter what I do, I always get emotional when I'm home with my son. I plan to go home after aimlessly fishing off the coast for about 2 hours. I've been doing this about 3 times a week lately. A month ago, my son had an accident working on a giant robot. He's still getting treatment for his legs. He's undergoing rehab at the hospital. They still don't know if he'll walk again normally without crutches. Oh, so this is the father of Subaru. Fuck, I forgot Subaru's last name. I guess it was Hidaka. Man. I'm forgetful. I forbade him once. I forbade him not once but twice from working on robots. When I heard he still hadn't learned his lesson, I considered disowning him. There's that saying, right? 3 strikes and you're out. He is injured as a consequence of his own actions. He has no respect for his father. He went sneaking around behind my back not once but twice. I trusted him and tried my best not to step on his toes after forbidding him from such things last summer. But he came back and made me look like a damn fool. In the end, not only was he badly injured, he even caused trouble for others. Not only that, but one wrong move and he could have died. I'm his father. It makes sense that I wouldn't just let him do as he pleases. Why robots, of all things? Almost unconsciously, I muttered to myself. I was surprised by my own words. Why robots, of all things? Am I lamenting my son's interest, or am I questioning myself about why I'm so prejudiced against robots? Damn it. Why robots, of all things? Maybe I'm just stubborn. I never cared about robots to begin with. But then, when my son got into them and refused to listen to me anymore, I couldn't let it stand. The hanging fishing line hasn't moved for nearly an hour. Unlike when I usually go fishing, I haven't managed to catch anything decent. I never had much interest in angling, so you'd say I'm unaccustomed to it. I don't care about catching anything, quite frankly. Lately, my son does nothing but go back and forth between his room and the hospital. He remains quiet during meals. He keeps his emotions below the surface. Even if I raise my voice at him, he just sits there completely still, quietly hanging his head, as though he's lost all his passion for living, like he's just going through the motions. I never thought he'd be so stubborn over giving up his interest in robots. Did I go wrong somewhere? I do my best to convince myself otherwise and dispel the thought. When I sigh, a cold drop of water collides with my cheek. It's starting to rain. Time to head back, pull up my fishing line and get ready to withdraw. It's then that I happen to see something in the corner of my eye. Something's flying in the air. Is it a bird? This far off the coast? I raised my head, puzzled, only to doubt my own eyes. Okay, that can't be real. That has to be an illusion. They're robots. Countless black humanoid robots cover the sky. What the hell is this? Where'd they come from? There wasn't a single trace of them a moment ago. All I can do is gulp as I gaze up at the bizarre sight. The end of the world. The thought runs across my mind. The ultimate goal of Project Atom is to interfere with the sun's activity and cause an artificial solar flare. So, like, is Masony actually evil? Wait, hold up, okay. So Masony was not actually at this event. She was an illusion created by the Committee of 300 using the silent weapons. So Sawada thought Masony betrayed him. Okay, follow? And Sawada is helping us, divulging all this information, which would only be bad for the Committee of 300 to leak this much information. Which means Sawada is probably a good guy. So Sawada's a good guy, and he thought Masony betrayed him, which of course we know she wasn't actually there. That means Masony is also a good guy. Okay. I think. The goal of Project Atom is to interfere with the sun's activity and cause an artificial solar flare. The method is written in detail in the Kimijima reports. Of course, you would know that. Gases and plasma carried from the sun by a solar storm form an ultra-high-speed jet stream which collides with the Earth's magnetosphere. This can potentially cause a magnetic realignment phenomenon called a magnetospheric substorm. This substorm is what they're aiming to produce artificially. So it's like you have sun, plasmoid, magnetic reconnection. Okay, so basically it's just when they cross. Dipolarization, this is when it connects with the magnetosphere. Magnetosheath, magnetosphere. Aurora. Okay. He's right. That's what's written in the reports. Its magnitude can even be compared to a solar storm. As an extreme example, you think of it like the Earth getting directly scorched by a solar flare. However, the specific process for making one happen was intentionally left out of the Kimijima reports. The Kimijima Code just didn't know the specifics? No. So it lets out a small sigh. It's like he's tired of dealing with someone who doesn't understand his lecture. What does he expect from a rural high school student?
今から4ヶ月前
4 months
セ
ago,
ルンからとあるものが
a certain
何
item
者かの手で
was
盗み
stolen
出された
from CERN.
セルン
Is it the I something IBM? I don't think it was called the IBM. It was called something else. But the IBM the thing that lets you hack into the
ヨー
database.
ロッパ原子核共同
The
研究
European
機関
Organization for
スイスとフ
Nuclear
ランスの国
Research,
境にある世界最
located
先
on the
端の素
border
粒子物理
of
学研究
Switzerland
施設だ
and
が
France.
盗まれたのは
It's possible that
極
the
秘裏
stolen
に開
item
発されてい
was a
た
weapon developed in absolute secrecy.
BHB
A BHB.
ブラック
A
ホー
black
ル爆
hole
弾
bomb?
の可能性がある
Jesus. Holy, that sounds incredibly dangerous from the name alone.
そのセルンって
Is
爆弾を
this
作るよう
CERN
な施設
place
なの
a facility for building
違
bombs?
う
No, but there have been suspicious
設立当初
rumors
から
surrounding it
金
ever
木犀の
since
噂は
its establishment.
300人委員会が裏で直接運営しているという情報は私の仲間がもたらしてくれたものだ
I have received info from the acquaintances that is directly
タイ
operated
ム
by
マ
the
シンも
committee.
作ろうとしてい
It
た
seems they even tried to build a time machine at one point. A time machine? Come on, this isn't some novel.
その BHB だが
Returning
一
to
度
the
爆発すれ
BHB
ば
once detonated
その
creates
場
a
にミニ
miniature
ブラッ
black
クホール
hole
が形成
that
され
sucks in
周
everything
囲のあ
around
らゆ
it,
るもの
taking
塵
special
と残
care
さず
not
吸い
to
込ん
leave
で
a
しまう
single speck of dust.
炸裂した瞬間のエネル
Nuclear
ギー
weapons
量
not
は
even compare in terms of instantaneous explosive energy.
人の手に負える代物
It's not something that should cross
神
the
の領
hands
域に
of
踏み
man
込むもの
that stepped into God's domain. Is the black hole bomb what they're actually going to use to kill 5 billion people? Not a solar flare?
それを爆発させて虐殺
They're
しよう
going
って
to
い
use
う
that to kill everyone?
でもそれじゃあ
Well, hold on.
磁気検査
Something
物
like
ストーン
shouldn't cause a magnetospheric substorm, right?
そうだ
Indeed.
地上
Setting
で
it
爆
off on
発
the
させるだけ
surface
な
would
ら
only serve to annihilate an area about the size of the Kanto region at most. But they're planning to blow it up in the magnetosphere to disrupt it so that the solar storm can get in.
せいぜいってあ
At
んた
most, why would you...
彼らが考えていること
They're planning something far worse.
そして効
Something
率的
far more efficient.
地上で使用する
They're planning to detonate
宇
the
宙で
BHP not on the
BHB を炸
surface
裂
of
さ
the
せようとして
Earth,
いる
but in space. I see, so they're going to use the BHP to emulate a solar storm coming to contact with the Earth's magnetosphere.
通称発火点と
Is a
呼ばれ
place
る場
known
所
at
だ
commonly
そ
as
れ
a
は
flashpoint,
地球と月のち
a
ょうど
location
中
right
間
between the Earth
地球からは
and
距
the
離にしてお
moon,
よそ13万
about
キロの位置
130,000 kilometers from Earth.
太陽嵐と
That
地
is
球
where
の
the solar
磁気圏が
storm
ぶ
and
つ
the
かる
Earth's
場所
magnetosphere collide.
そこで BHB が炸裂
By
すれ
detonating a
ば
BHP there is virtually guaranteed to generate a substorm in the Earth's magnetosphere.
それは地球全体を
It would hit the entirety of the
君島
Earth,
レポートにあ
resulting
った
in the
通り
deaths of 5 billion
50
people,
億人
as stated in the
を殺
Kimijima reports. I can't help but
した
gulp.
地球にはモノポー
And
ル
they
が
also
降り注
result
ぐ
in
かもしれない
monopoles raining down on the
君
planet,
の家の近所にある
much like at
公
the
園
park
のよ
near
う
your house. This guy, he even knew about
に
that?
その無数のモノポールは当然
These numerous monopoles would be controlled and managed by the committee.
人類は
and
21
Humanity
世紀
would
に新
enter
た
a
な
new
産業
21st
革
century
命
industrial revolution.
それにプロジェクトアトムのシナリ
All
オ
this is included in the plot detailed by Project
今のこ
Atom.
の混乱はすべ
The
て
chaos right now is essentially a smokescreen so they can launch the BHP into space undetected.
BHB を宇宙へ
But how?
持っていくって
From where? Wait, how heavy would a BHP even be? If it can cause an absurd disaster that affects the entire planet, something that powerful would have to be huge, right? I doubt it'd be something you can carry in a rucksack. In the current level of technology, we only have one way of setting stuff in space. A rocket? Oh! A rocket. The puzzle pieces in my head start to fall into place, taking the shape of a black
ま
rocket.
さか
No.
TNSC
That
で今
rocket being
組み立て
assembled
中
at the
のあのロケ
TNSC
ットを
right
奪
now
って
is going to be used to.
察しがいい
How very perceptive of you.
セノミアに裏切られるまで
I was unsure before Senomia stabbed me in the back.
今なら
I
はっ
am
きり
now. There can be no doubt.
彼らは
They
BHB
plan
を
to
種子
launch
島
the
から打ち上げ
BHB
る
from Tanegashima. Misaki, Senemiya, 3:51 p.m. By the time I enter the chief's office, the outcome has already been decided.
Misaki. Omae.
It's you. Site chief of the Tanegashima Space Center, Senemiya Kenichiro, sees my face and his eyes widen. Four of my comrades, his guns pushed up against him. He's standing frozen still in front of his table. Wait, so was she actually there? Is Misaki actually evil? Sitting still frozen in front of his table. Atop the set table is a single teacup and some pastries. I look at them and can't help but laugh at myself. Father, I apologize, but we have to restrain you. Who would have thought that this would be our first exchange in so many years? I certainly didn't expect this when I left the island 7 years ago. Even if this was inevitable, as far as missions go, the assault on Tanegashima Space Center was an easy one. It's not a military facility, so security in place might as well be decoration. There's so no chance against Kaminagi with myself on board. Over the 12 armed soldiers equipped with black military HUGs that came with me. We made a fairly showy and imposing landing on the coast, and within 10 minutes of issuing our warning, everyone had fled. Should any futile resistance present itself, we would be forced to go around and kill everyone one by one. It's far more efficient for them to flee like they did. Their escape matters little. All means of communication between the island and mainland have been severed. No ships or aircraft will be leaving. Even if they leave by private boat and seek help from the JSDF in Okinawa, they won't be able to do anything. But we let everyone escape. My father, the chief, stayed behind by himself. You chose to remain here as chief, granting the others enough time to escape. Does that sound right? Noble, certainly. But that's what people refer to as dying in vain. Why are you... It seems that Dad's forgotten that there are guns being pointed at him. He tries to draw closer to me, a dumbfounded expression on his face. I click my tongue and press my handgun against his head. Don't move. If you move, I will kill you. Dad stops in his tracks. Can you explain what's going on? What is all this? You have no need to know. Is the rocket assembly complete? Yes. It's done, but we'll be making use of it. Right now, launch sites all over the world are preparing rockets for launch. It's a total coincidence. Due to reports detailing the high chance of a solar storm hitting in 2019, rocket launches were delayed worldwide. Then November of last year, the storm arrived as expected. After that, countries all over started making launch preparations, so the timing ended up lining up. Tanegashima is no exception. The private company that requested this launch placed their order jacks right after the Earth was hit. Everything was proceeding perfectly according to plan. Simply put, we got to pick whichever launch site we wanted. The BHP is now in our hands. We brought it ashore with us, and we can put the payload on board any time. To get the cargo on board, we even brought a man involved in rocket assembly working for NASA. He can finish the work in little over a day. X hour for launch will likely be the day after tomorrow at noon. What on earth could be your objective here? That rocket is the crux of Project Adam. Anyone who attempts to get in the way of this launch will be shown no mercy. Wait, are you going to use it to commit an act of terrorism? You're going to smear your own country's space program with blood? Misaki, what happened to you? How long have you been like this? You were never the kind of person who could do something like this. You loved robots. You loved watching rocket launches. You were such a kind girl. And yet you're going to use the TNSC, a place your father is so proud of, for terrorism? That's right. Noticing how weakly he's trying to argue with me, I reply with cold words. I want him to shut up. He's fallen to his knees, crestfallen, his shoulders dropping low. And yet he's still trying to lecture me. Why here, of all places? Don't you remember, Misaki? This island is your home. I'm fully aware. But do you want to know why we picked this place? It's because I just so happened to be your daughter. That's all. It wasn't out of resentment. It was the simplest option. Nothing more, nothing less. I've never been to launch sites in America or Russia. I, however, am intimately familiar with the TNSC, considering it was only a 15-minute drive from my old house by scooter. Are you really Misaki? I don't want to continue this conversation. I give my 4 comrades a signal and they proceed to restrain Dad. I apologize, Father, but you're going to be held captive for a little while. Don't worry, we won't kill you. You'll be released right after the plan is complete. That said, if things go as planned, 5 billion people will be dead. You and I might not make it. Misaki, stop it. Stop this. Rockets must be used for peace and harmony. That is the spirit of JAXA. You've watched me ever since you were a child, so you must know that, right? Please, don't use that rocket for something so awful. Saki, listen to me. Please. Dad continues to try to appeal to me, so I draw close to him. Stop struggling. It's unsightly. I thrust my fist into Dad's stomach. Was he always such a small person? Has he thinned out over the last 7 years? I want to ask if he's eating properly, but that's personal business, but I elect not to. His dad groans in pain. My comrades drag him out of the room. Left alone in the chief's office, I take a look around. On Dad's desk is a Fink toy. Several months before graduating high school, I made one for everyone in the family. I reach my fingers out towards it. For the moment I'm about to touch it, my Pokécom begins to ring. I left video chat on for the mission. I open my Pokécom and unmute it. There's no image, it's voice only. This is Priest 1. Arrived at Point Beta. Starting takeover operation. Understood. Point Alpha is already under control. I look out the window. Dark clouds stain the sky black. It looks like it's about to pour any second now. I hate the rain. If it rains, rockets can't be launched after all. When it would start raining near a scheduled launch day, my usually calm dad would turn anxious and frustrated. I hated how I felt being around him when he was like that. The launch got postponed, nobody in the family would be able to talk to him. So whenever a launch drew near, Aki and I would make little Terubozu dolls together. Let's just say that nobody in Tanegashima could compete with our Terubozu crafting skills. Don't get sentimental, Misaki. I'm probably acting like this because even after 7 years, nothing here has changed. What's the weather report for the day after tomorrow? I speak out to no one in particular. There's nobody in this room but me right now, or so I thought. The weather for the day after tomorrow, February 28th, for Yakushima and Tanegashima, will be clear. The same forecast as when I checked earlier. It's going to rain tomorrow. The day after that will be sunny and clear. Chance of precipitation, 10%. I hate weather reports even more now. The center of my head starts throbbing in pain. I can't help but clutch my forehead as I grit my teeth. It's throbbing in pain because you're being controlled by a silent weapon. So you're still standing here even now, Sister Centipede. In the back of my mind, I have flashbacks of that day. It was a terribly hot and humid summer night. The night sky was bright as if it was lit up by the sun itself. I was covered in sweat. Sister Centipede, not Irie, looked at me emotionlessly. Saying nothing, she stared at me. Everything was decided on that day 9 years ago. That was the day that I was possessed, the day I was contaminated. Are you aware of the fact that, as of today, major rocket launch sites worldwide have launches scheduled for this week? It's not just the TNSC. Cape Canaveral, Baikonur, Guyana, Jiuquan. Cape Canaveral Air Force Station. An Air Force base located in Florida is used as a rocket launch site alongside the adjacent Kennedy Space Station. While the Kennedy Space Station is responsible for launching piloted space shuttles, the Cape Canaveral site is used to launch unmanned rockets. A Russian spaceport located in Tiratan, Kazakhstan. It was built during the Soviet Union. After the collapse of the Soviet Union, Russia began leasing it from Kazakhstan, paying a use for its fee. It is the launch site for the world's first artificial satellite, Sputnik 1, and the world's first manned satellite. First manned spaceflight, Vostok 1, were launched. Baikonur Cosmodrome. Guyana Space Center. A rocket launch station located in French Guiana, South America, is operated by CNES, the National Center for Space Studies. Jiuquan Satellite Launch Center, a rocket launch located on the outskirts of the city of Jiuquan in the Gansu province of China. It was originally used as a test site for launching ballistic missiles. In Tanegashima, Japan. This is the first time this has happened in the entire history of space exploration. There have never been this many at one time before. They're saying it was planned? No, it's the opposite. In truth, this is a total coincidence. It's all thanks to last year's solar storm. However, it's also true that they gave special attention to such a coincidence. First, we suspected that they were the ones behind the scheduled launches at these 5 locations. But no matter how much we investigated, there was not a single trace of evidence. The rockets were all completely clean. From that point, we were forced to make an educated guess, speculating that they would attempt to hijack one of these rockets right before launch. We've been trying to narrow down which of the locations they would utilize. Senemiya's actions today made it crystal clear. They intend to use Tanegashima. The BHP is likely resting on the island as we speak. A chill runs down my spine. A bomb powerful enough to wipe out the entire Kanto region is on the island. If that's true. If it were to explode on the surface to any kind of slip-up, the entire island would be wiped from the face of the earth. Mom, Dad, and everyone I know is on that island. All the former members of the Robotics Club are in danger, Frau Juna and Subaru. Everyone at JAXA was so happy that they were getting to launch a rocket again. Tanegashima Space Center is likely in the hands of the enemy right now. We need to call the police. No, the police isn't enough. We need the JSDF to deploy in. That would be pointless. It is already too late. Too late? Why do you... Right now, information throughout the world is either being blocked or fabricated. In a situation like this, even if we ask the government to stop the launch, the JSDF would not deploy. The same goes for USFJ. It is total chaos. The call would most likely not connect. Even if it did, they would interpret it as a prank call. In truth, I did try contacting the JSDF base directly, but I did not receive a response. They're loading a black hole bomb onto a rocket in order to launch it into space. It wouldn't matter how you went about telling anyone, be it face-to-face, in a call, in a letter, or whatever. There's no way they would take it seriously. It'd be impossible to get anyone to believe something that batshit crazy. I have met with the current administration's Minister of Defense several times. I attempted to call him directly. No such luck. Our only option is to intervene personally. However, they're way too far from the island. I could arrange for a charter plane from Haneda, but I have no way of getting in contact with them. All planes are grounded. The train lines have all been stopped. The highways seem to be totally gridlocked. The ship would take too much time. There's no way to travel from Tokyo to Tanegashima in such a short period of time. Was this the Committee 300's goal all along? It's Misonomiya Misaki, the ringleader. Soda glances at my face. He hasn't attempted to smile at you once this entire time. There's no doubt. The fact that he sounds slightly apologetic only further irritates me. What do you know about Misane? Misane is the ringleader? Why would she do something like this? And the way she acted earlier was nothing like her. She should have been piloting that Spire HUG, but she vanished without a trace. The bullet you shot her with didn't even leave a scratch. It's like she was a ghost. She wasn't actually there at the expo. She was raiding the TNSC the entire time. Was that even real? Was that even really Misane? I'm under the impression that what we saw is an illusion similar to the space elevator currently sitting atop the ocean. Or perhaps it would be easier to understand if I said it is akin to AR, visible to the naked eye. Specifics were written in the Kimishima reports. My guess is that it is another application of VR tech. Everything she said to you was likely programmed in advance as well. She was designed to make it look like she boarded Sumeragi. Why go through all that trouble? I'm wondering that myself. By telling people that Misane is going to be here and not at the TNSC, so they don't actually know where she is and can't stop her. The robot knows Sumeragi cannot be operated by one of pure flesh and blood. What in the world is that supposed to mean? It is designed for someone already equipped with the HUG. Only a person wearing a special HUG known as the Kaminagi can operate Sumeragi. Kaminagi is classified as a pilot-type HUG. Stands about 5 meters tall. 5-meter HUG? What does it mean by pilot-type? I can't even visualize what it would look like. The cockpit Sumeragi was designed for Kaminagi to ride inside of. It said has a finger something system, so it can be controlled with only the pilot's finger. The piloting is done using the FOS, but Sumeragi is still just a concept model. It was developed as a set with Kaminagi. That is the reason it has no versatility as of right now. It would not recognize anyone not wearing Kaminagi. It would refuse to activate. It is not even connected to this network in the venue. It is a completely standalone system. A term referring to a computer that is not connected to any other computer or network. The other possibility I can think of is that Senomiya's comrades were among the venue staff. They could have tampered with its programming in order to make it go berserk. At any rate, the only reason I can think of in regard as to why they would show Senomiya entering the robot is as some perverse masturbatory display. It's both a diversion and a way of taunting me for knowing nothing. Wait, so she's an illusion, but you have to have Kaminagi to operate Sumeragi. So she had to be there, or someone had to have it on. I don't know. I guess what he's saying is that she wasn't actually piloting it and they did something else. Which is Akio suffered because of that one decision alone. And where is she? The real Misuni. Did she actually die years ago? She's been kept alive in AR annotation or something? Please tell me that's not true. And consider the possibility that she only exists on the internet like Irie and I shudder. The Misuni that I've always looked up to. The Misuni who Akiho loves. I don't want to believe that this is possible, but it's true that I haven't seen her in person in 7 years. I have no evidence that she's still alive. They're released and that sent Miya at work 3 days ago. I can guarantee she was very real. How do you know that? I had her test out a new bodysuit designed for HUGs. It was something the company made. A female staff member helped her put it on. At the time, we talked for a short time afterward. Fine, then where the hell is the real Misuni right now? Solid shakes his head likely. The highest possibility is Tanegashima. Misuni is on Tanegashima? That's way too ironic. She hasn't been home in 7 years. Misuni, the mastermind behind Project Adam? Does she have connections to Committee 300 or the Tavistock Institute? Miya is most likely a mere pawn. A pawn? A device meant to be used and subsequently discarded. There's no way I could believe that. I've had enough of this bullshit. Calm down, Kaito. I whisper to myself and take a deep breath. I want a space candy. They've always helped me focus. I just realized something. What? Everything you're saying is just one big conspiracy theory. You're basically explaining everything away with your own delusions. You have no evidence for any of it. You're lying through your teeth. Uh-oh. Is he actually, though? Trying to confuse me with your own fabrications. Brainwashing, propaganda. You explained it all in detail to me specifically for that reason, right? What if Misuni... But we saw Misuni taking over the fucking TNSU. Like, that was a scene, unless it didn't actually happen. Unless she was actually trying to stop the rocket launch. Brainwashing propaganda explained all in detail to me specifically for that reason, right? Were you ordered to do this by the Tavistock Institute? Considering I spread the reports, I must be one hell of a thorn in their side. You're just feeding me this bullshit in order to confuse me. You won't trick me. I won't fall for it. You're on the side of Committee 300. You're my enemy. Are you gonna kill me just like you killed Kimishimako and Kogori Minami? Where's Misuni? Tell me where she is right now. Despite my threatening attitude, Salvador remains unfazed. Composure just pisses me off, so I grab him by the collar. Answer me. I don't care if Salvador's leg is injured. I raise him up by the neck. But his face contorts slightly as he's in pain. It's true that my father, Mikel Santambrogio, is a special advisor in the Tavistock Institute. Is his father what's the word? Not a rat, but like, I guess that word works. That's not all, he's a member of the Committee of 300. I knew it. But that's purely my father. I, however, am revolting against the Committee of 300. Bullshit. I don't blame you for thinking I'm one of them. But there's a scar on my back about 50 centimeters in length, given to me by an assassin that my father sent after me. Do you wish to see it? Hell no. That's not evidence of anything. Then there's nothing I can do. You may kill me, then just be quick about it. What's your deal? Do you think I can't do it? Don't test me. I can kill someone like you, no problem. I can. Solid isn't resisting anymore. In fact, his face is already going pale. I snapped my senses and released him from my grip. You really are a coward. Damn it, I'm pathetic. I knew I didn't have it in me to kill someone. I understand why you'd be suspicious of me. I was too close to the committee. Over time, they started to repulse me, and I could no longer let them do as they pleased. Though, with only the power I wield, destroying them was a dream within a dream. But even then, I thought that if I kept working at it, I'd eventually have the power to take them down for good. I have allies who are willing to fight alongside me. They came to oppose the committee after noticing their dreadful plans for humanity, after attempts were made on their lives. I do not know if you've ever heard of them, but among our ranks, there are those such as Lightning Fast Nineheart, as well as Dash. I don't have a clue who those people are, and I don't care. I called Misa Pawn earlier. So you know, right? You know who's using her? Who is the mastermind behind Project Adam? You've been able to follow everything I've said so far. You should already know the answer. Mastermind behind Project Adam. I followed everything he said so far. Don't tell me like Akiho. That'd be ridiculous. Stop beating around the bush. Just tell me already. Who the hell is it? I'm thinking. Is it Akiho? That's crazy. My mind is scouring. Misani is a pawn. Is Misani just a pawn of Akiho? Do you truly not know? Is that Akiho's power? Iruo. Happiness for you. Hidden Hand. Tanagashima. Senemiya. MF and Enemy. EM irradiation experiments. Monopoles. Oh no. Exoskeleton. Propaganda. Misinformation about 2020 solar storm. Oh, is it Kimijima? The Committee of 300 and the Taoiseach Institute. It can't be Kimijima because he talked about the silent weapons, and that would be really bad to tell the whole world that silent weapons. They're all connected to the Kimijima reports. And suddenly, Kujirafrao's mother? Only one name surfaces in my mind. My hair stands on end. No, no way. Irie? Oh no, it's Akiho. Soda weakly nods head for continuing. Name with the mastermind behind Project Adam. The man currently at the head of this operation. Wait, the man? It's Kimijima Ko. That's... I don't believe that. Kimijima Ko, why would you talk about the silent weapons if you didn't want people knowing about it? Okay, so Sawada's a bad guy, right? Kimijima Ko still lives. In Tanagashima Airport Hotel. I don't believe that. Because you're a Frau. After arriving upon the info, I chew on my nails in front of my monitor. I don't get this at all. The information is as follows. The old Minamitane Community Center should be abandoned, but a company bought it in secret and pays the electric bill. A small company in Tokyo called the Taiyo Development. Due to them paying the bill, the device used to make monopoles fall. The EM wave irradiation device continues to function. It's on the first floor of the building. Oh, another thing. Kim Juniko's vacation home was similarly abandoned. Myroton's cold sleep device continued to function in the basement. I investigated who was paying the electric bill, and it seems a company called Commit bought the old place. Committee 300? I wouldn't be a real @channeler if I didn't immediately rush to investigate the two companies for anything in common. Special Forces Division, aka Just Me, was fully mobilized. I stayed up all night to heavily look into things. As far as what I found, well, Taiyo Development is a construction/engineering firm. Commit Company is in the restaurant consultant industry, but they're both shell corporations. There are no buildings for them at the registered addresses. It was easy to investigate from Tanegashima using the Street View function at Ruo. While initially it looked like both companies had nothing in common, both being shell corporations instantly changed things. I thought the company director of both companies might be the same person, but that wasn't the case. As I did further research, found that both companies received loans from a lease company called Hoshita. What kind of shell corporation would take out a loan? Top of that, Hoshita's special advisor was a deputy director and joint investor at the time of Happiness for You's founding. Their name is Hoshita Sakai. TLDR, the money used to maintain Kim Juniko's crap on Tanegashima came from his old acquaintances via shell corporations. Hot and steamy friendships for the win. I could easily make a thin book out of this. Wait, no way, no way. It's so important I said it twice. This is almost too fishy. Someone pressed the intercom button outside. Is it the glasses company? Ever since they replaced all broken glass in November, a dealer comes by once a week. It's extremely annoying. Nobody else should be dropping by. Yasha Senpai and Press Senpai are in Tokyo doing scandalous things together, and Tracksuit Sensei went with them. Karate Senpai screwed up mentally and Four Eyes can't move due to his busted leg. Okay, then who is it? Whoever they are mad impatient. Wow, looks like you have a guest. You should answer. Give them a super energetic greeting. Shut up, Genki Bot. See, it's ringing. Answering is what friends are for. Turn off the intercom camera, Rosetta-han. Okay, bring it up now. First floor entrance. Take a look at the camera feed, but nobody's is there. Invisible? Where are they? Ding dong ditching's unforgivable. I shall have my revenge. Is it Frau's mother? Sometimes you just gotta sock your friends right in the face. Shut up, Genki-kun. Shut off her lights. It all happens instantaneously. The second I hear a gunshot outside my door, two men holding guns quickly come charging into the room. Without time to even make a sound, my arm gets twisted behind me and I'm pinned to the ground. Priest 2. That's his code name? Don't move. Make a sound and we will kill you. I can't even raise my head. Moving my neck even slightly caused intense pain to run down my locked arm. I can't see what the men look like. It hurts too much and I'm too scared to feel like I'm about to scream, but I grit my teeth and force myself not to. Bro, it's okay to have fights with your friends sometimes. Genki-kun's carefree voice rings throughout the room. We have to make up after the fight, so you can be friends again. That's what true friendship is. Someone smashes my Pokemon screen with the butt of their gun. Genki-kun goes silent on the broken screen. Target B secured, restraining them now. Priest 3, what's your status? Priest 3, Priest 4, report your status. What's the delay? There's no answer from the two on watch. The two men go silent in their confusion. Someone took them out? I saw their guns push against the back of my head. Is it Amani? I forgot what her last name was. I'm scared shitless. My teeth are chattering from fear. I'm worried the sound will anger my captors, so I bite down as hard as I can. I'm biting down so hard it feels like I'm going to start bleeding. Stand her up. Let's move. Get up. They pulled me up by the arm. Pain shoots through my joints, causing me to tear up. Priest 3, Priest 4, respond. Priest 3, what's going on? They won't be answering anytime soon. What? My arm is suddenly released and I hit the floor. Now on my hands and knees, I raise my head slightly. I look towards the entrance of my room where the new voice came from. Saying there is Nae. The two downstairs are enjoying nap time. Tanoji-shi? Who are... Her movements are almost light speed. Given how she acts normally, her current reaction speed is unbelievable. In a flash, she closes the distance between herself and the two strong men that have their guns raised. She slams her knee into the first man's face, riding her momentum from earlier. You. Unshaken by the fate of his comrade, the other man points his gun at Tanoji-shi. She's already at his chest. She grabs the man's gun arm and spins around to his back, slamming her heel into his Achilles tendon. As the man falls on his back, Tanoji-shi drops her knee into his face without a moment's hesitation. Go. The brawny man's body quivers for a moment before going limp. Damn it. The man who suffered a knee to the face groans and tries to get up. Tanoji-shi is too fast for him. She plants a roundhouse kick into the defenseless man's jaw. Flawless victory. Just like that, both men are sprawled across the floor, unconscious. Holy shit, that was amazing. How is she so strong? What was that just now? No matter how you look at it, she has to be a manga heroine. I'm not accepting other answers. Thank you very much. In a matter of seconds, she puts down two heavily armed adult men without as much as a scratch. She's completely OP. I'm so incredibly excited that I sink to the floor, stars in my eyes. The worst kind of scum. What sort of men team up on a girl like that? As for Tanoji-shi, she seems pretty upset. As soon as she notices my gaze, she reverts to her usual self with a smile. Everything's alright now. I'm pretty strong, right? I learned it all from my dad. Now then, what's her next move? Yeah, I moved to the TNSC, I suppose. I have no clue what's going on, but there's one thing I'm certain of. Aside henceforth, you will now be known as Nae-sama. Sama mean like master or something? Huh? I'm not exactly the Yuri type. I'd totally be down to let Nae-sama have her way with me. Screw it, take me right now. Shell Corporation. I was going to look that up, I forgot to, but I guess they're going to tell me. Company has registered but has no active business operations. Such corporations are not illegal, but they're often used for fraudulent purposes such as tax write-offs and tax evasion. Did you just say Kimijima-ko is alive? Everyone please come home safe. Where's Mitsuhiko wandering around? My senses tell me this smells very fishy. Taiyo development looks totally back. Are they at full power? At times like this, the street view mode on Ruo is handy. I mean, who upped the picture of Odaiba anyways? If the buildings were destroyed that badly, people in the venue might be dead. Plus there's a whole solar storm. But somehow the whole thing was uploaded normally? Hoshida Sakai. Who is that again? I think I heard of him. This has to be a joke. What else could it be? I force out a smile. That's impossible. That's why Kimijima-ko's death reported on the local news. The police found his remains. I mean, I didn't see it directly. I was still a kid at the time. I just happened to be hospitalized. But when I first found the Kimijima reports, I went to the town library to look up the newspapers from that time. I don't have concrete evidence of it myself. However, the more I think about it, and the more I dig, the more I've come to believe that he must be alive.
新聞に載ってたんだ。
But it was in the newspaper.
君島公の遺体が見
They
つかっ
found
たって。
Kimijima Ko's body.
アネモネ号事件
It
の
was
2
about
週
2
間後ぐら
weeks
いだった。
after the MF Anemone incident.
アネモネ
The MF Anemone. Kimijima Ko died around the same time the MF Anemone incident took place. Why didn't I realize until now that 2 incidents occurred so closely together?
さっきも言ったはずだ。
I believe I already told you.
アネモネ号事
The
件
MF Anemone incident was an electromagnetic irradiation experiment.
主導したのは
The man in charge of it was Kimijima Ko.
彼は
Let's just say that he is one of the many products birthed by the Tavistock Institute.
な
He's also, like, a test subject? Are you saying Kimijima Ko is a member of the Institute? Why would Kimijima Ko tell everyone about the Tavistock Institute in the reports if he was with them?
人々を洗脳する
The
ため
silent weapons created with specific purpose in inciting and brainwashing the public.
それが君島公と
That's who Kimijima Ko is. I don't believe you. Saw what I was lying.
放送を垂れ流すのはやめろ。
I've had enough of your delusions.
あの男は10年近くも前に死
That
んで
man
る
died
んだ
nearly
って。
10 years ago.
君は踊らされたんだ
You're being manipulated. So I raised his voice for the first
だっ
time.
てそんなの
So that's crazy.
そんなの
It's
さ
all completely
めちゃく
crazy.
ちゃつまりさこういうこと
So what you're saying is,
俺が苦労して集めて
Kimijima
世
reports I
界
spent
中
all
の
that
みんな
time
に警
searching
告するた
for,
めに拡散した
reports
君
written
島
to
レポート
warn
は
and
全
protect
部
the
デタラメ
world. All of it was bullshit?
ハネモネ号事件は君島公と
Talking about Kimijima Ko and his pawn,
コマである
Misumi,
ミサ姉
were
が起こした
behind the
実
MF
験
Anemone incident?
そんなの信じたら俺おかしく
If I
な
were
っち
to
ゃうじゃ
believe
ない
that,
の
there's no way I could stay sane. Both of them were behind the incident the entire time? There's no way. I mean, I could tell Misuni was a little involved by the way she was like saying, I'm sorry, after it happened.
なあ頭がどうにかなりそうだよ
I'm on the brink of losing it here.
だからさ
So please,
嘘だって言ってよ
tell me you're lying.
今までの話は全部あんたの妄想だって
Tell me
そ
this
こ
is all
言って
just
くれよ
delusional nonsense. Tell me. The world I believed in up until now has been turned upside down. The people I believed in up until now. If this is all the truth, then I don't want to know the truth anymore. Ignorance is bliss. Izuka-san was right. I opened Pandora's box. I was a fool.
頼むよ
Please,
言ってくれ
say something.
嘘でもいいから
I don't care if you lie.
妄想だって
Just tell me this is all just a delusion. I mean, not to say something unrelated, but we don't even know who Tagirin was on the leaderboard. I feel like that has to be something.
残念だが全て真実
Unfortunately, it is all the truth. Sawada has no mercy. He completely ignores my pleas.
そもそも君島公が生きている可能性について私
It
に
was Senomiya herself who alluded to the possibility Kimijima Ko was still alive. It was Senomiya herself?
今にして思えば
In
それ
retrospect,
を瀬宮が話したことで
that was the exact moment when I began to trust Senomiya in full.
そうして
From then on, we worked together to follow any trail that Kimijima Ko left behind.
瀬宮は
But in
私に
reality,
巧みに
Senomiya was masterfully feeding me false information.
通りで
That's why even after 3 years of digging, I could never find him.
私も十
Believe
分
me,
滑稽だ
I'm
よ
just as much of a fool.
君島公は
In truth,
実に効
Kimijima
果
Ko
的に情報
effectively
を
guided
誘
us
導した
with his misinformation,
それにまんまと乗せられてしまったのが君だ
just as hard as I did Yashio Kaito.
責めているわけではない
I'm not blaming you. Neither of us could have done
私
thing
でも
against
抗えなか
the
った
silent weapon.
Kimijima
reports were just another piece of propaganda designed to deceive the world. And it relied on some kid finding reports and completing random flags.
Kimijima
Co. casually spread his false information, thereby manipulating others to propagate it worldwide. Why did Misani say, don't look at the reports, if Misani was in on this? Yeah, Sawato's not adding up. As it continued to snowball, it would transform from urban legends into full-on global conspiracy theories that you're saying are true. Speculation beckons further speculation, and the real truth becomes uncertain, hidden in a sea of information. And so the world is deceived. People start finding faults in everything, else falls and festers until it reaches its utmost limit and explodes. The symbol of that is the Grand Obelisk and the collapse of Odaiba. Reality is that there have been no natural disasters today. There's been no solar storm. All that happened in Odaiba with Senemiya, Misaki, Teichuji, and Rampage. Everyone here is seeing the same illusion. Fake images of a collapsed Odaiba have been uploaded to Iruo. Unexplained blackouts in big cities all across the world. Countless rumors are circulating the internet. The media is picking them up and spreading them, creating an explosion of fake news. A selection of robots have had their AIs hijacked, similar to the insurrection of last year, but the scale is currently unknown. Beyond that, there are riots being caused by people manipulated by all this fake information. The entire world is made to dance in the palm of one man. But why? Told you in the very beginning. There's only one objective amidst all this chaos: the execution of Project Adam. In order to guarantee its success, all eyes must be turned away from Tanegashima. Is all this really necessary just to... Yeah, it's clear his plan has succeeded. This doesn't feel true. The militaries and police forces of the world have their fans full trying to suppress the chaos. Even as a rocket that will end the world is being readied for launch as we speak. If the USFJ deployed from Okinawa, they could put an end to all of this in a heartbeat. But they cannot do that. Right now, other than the enemy, the only people who know about the rocket are likely you and I. We have no way of stopping it. Not to mention my wounds. Looking closer, I notice that his face is kind of even paler. Are his wounds part of the silent weapon? So he performed emergency treatment on himself, but there's a pool of blood spreading out from underneath him. Are you really okay? Well, if nothing else, I will not be moving normally for a while. But do not worry about me. I will find some way to contact my people before I die. They are fairly reliable. We don't have much time, but I can get in touch with them. They might just be able to pull something off. I mean, if he said he's working with Nishijo and Daru, then I guess he's got to be the good guy, but he could also just be lying about that. Do not worry too much about your previous actions. You just happened to get targeted by Kimijima-ko. If it was not you, it would have been someone else. And the Kimijima reports would have been released just the same. Yujimiko chose me as his target. Misani knew that, and she still partnered up with him. I chased her all this time. Misani was always my goal, but she's... I need to go home. Back home to Tanegashima. And how exactly do you plan to do that? I don't know, but... Right now I'm the only one who can stop that rocket launch, right? I need to do something. For some reason a dry laugh escapes my mouth. I don't feel like I've been betrayed. What if Daru hacks into a robot, gives it kill ballad controls, and then freaking Kaito uses that robot to fight the evildoers? I don't know. I don't feel like I've been betrayed. That's all on me for placing my own expectations on her. And who knows, maybe Misani doesn't think she's betrayed us at all. The true identity of this emotion that's been smoldering at the bottom of my heart. I'm frustrated. Yeah, that makes more sense. I'm frustrated as hell. I worked so hard to catch up to her. Though I was so close, if I ran after her for just a little longer, I'd finally reach her. But now I'm finally here. I discovered she never thought of me as anything more than an NPC, or one that had outlived its use and was thrown away a long time ago. That frustrates me to no end. That's why I'm going to stop it. If I don't, I'll never be able to move on. I can't stand this. I hate this. I may have lost, but I refuse to give up. Now I'm frustrated, hell, I'm pissed, and the only way for me to turn it around is to take my one chance and make a comeback. I don't give a damn if Kimijima-ko is my ally or my enemy. I sure as hell don't give a damn about Misani's true intentions. They challenged me. I got tricked and dragged into a match that I didn't even know I was in. But now that I know they've picked a fight with me, I'm not just gonna lie down and let them win. I'm putting everything on the line this time. You. When I glance over at Sawada, he looks genuinely surprised. I'll do whatever it takes to get back to the island. Sawada quietly chuckles and shrugs his shoulders. If you're planning on heading back, take that with you. Sawada points at a knapsack with an NIV device inside. An electromagnetic wave irradiation device. Is useless by itself. It will not activate without special cartridge inserted into the slot. But if you do find a way to use it, you'll have a powerful weapon in your arsenal. Remember, your enemy is human. If you hit them with EM waves, you can force them to see your illusions. Make good use of it. Good use, huh? I pick up the knapsack and sling it over my shoulder. I then remove the handgun from my pocket and place it at Sawada's feet. I'll be returning this. I have no use for that thing in my game. I see. Sawada doesn't even look at the gun. You managed to get to Tanegashima in one piece. Give codename S. Braun my regards. S. Braun. Is that, Nae? Sister Ron. Wait, is that what S means? I don't know. Subaru? S. Braun. It's Nae, right? I do not know their real name. They are one of my comrades, but I only know them online. They told me that they know you. I'll keep that in mind. I'm shooting him response. I exit the expo arena without looking back. The sun's gone down. Even at night, the grand obelisk floats up in the darkness. The moon illuminating the night is thin and waning. This might be the quietest night I've ever seen in Tokyo. Is it because of the lack of cars? Until yesterday, the city was lit up a dazzling degree, but there are almost no lights tonight. It's extremely dark out. That said, it's still brighter than Tanegashima at night. On the opposite shore, the Harutoka swing through wards looked darker than usual too. I wonder when this place will recover from the blackout. God, this is so frustrating. How just all of his words were true, and how much of it is just delusions? I can't sort it out right now. It's all on Kimijima-ko. There's no way for me to check who's right or wrong, and it's not like I can fix the blackout myself. Walking around Odaiba all night trying to figure out my next move. It took me a while, but I concluded that I had to walk all the way to Haneda Airport. Compared to daytime, there are much fewer people walking around. Most people have been hiding out indoors in places such as Expo Arena, Sky, Fuji-Sun, TV, hotels, shopping malls, etc. In Odaiba, there was a clear distinction between who wanted to leave and who wanted to stay. It seemed like most of the people who decided to leave headed in the direction of Harumi to reach the city center. Not being able to use a car is a pretty big deal. The cars on the road are able to move normally, so almost all of them left Odaiba. Hardly see any left. The giant parking garages or something else, though. I guess the people who parked in there had to give up on getting their cars. Their garages have electronic locks. There are service robots blocking both the exits and entrances. They're oddly firm about it, so no one's getting in or out. I'm sure you could probably force your car through, but nobody's even tried. They're just assuming it would be impossible. I guess people are assuming if electronic devices are unusable because of storm, then cars would be too. This is absurd. There are still over 100,000 people in Odaiba. Not a single one of them thought to force their car through. Is this another effect of the propaganda? Back in the hotel lobby, Mr. Candy informs me that Akio is resting in our room.
Aki-chan, okiteru?
Are you awake? The door wasn't locked, so when I enter without knocking, I see Akio sitting on the bed, clutching her knees.
Aki-chan?
Knock. Relax, don't worry about that at a time like this. I'm sorry. Akio's voice was barely audible. Right now, I want you to leave me alone. Why? Because my face is a mess. I don't want you to see me like this. It's been like this ever since we left the Expo Arena. That said, I have no intention of doing as told. Start packing up my things in the corner of the room. I get how you feel, Aki-chan. I know how much you love Misani. And yet that same person destroyed the robot you worked so hard to build with your friends. You have to be crazy to not be torn up over this. If we fall apart here, it wouldn't be like the ridiculously optimistic Aki-chan I know. It's times like this that you would normally... the normal you would bust out a Gunville line, a blast off. That's not me. I'm not optimistic at all. Akio raises her head and screams at me hysterically. Her sharp glare pierces through me. I'm actually a little surprised. I've never seen Akio snap like this. I want to cry all the time. I want to try calling Big Sis every single day. But I didn't because I was too afraid she'd hate me. I could have gone to see her anytime I wanted, but I didn't. I was scared. I was too scared. Kai, for 7 years I've been scared to death of seeing my sister again. It's all because of what she said to me before she left the island. That no matter what I do, I'll always be ordinary. I was always afraid. Afraid that from her point of view, I was just a pathetic, annoying little sister. Akio isn't even trying to hold back her tears anymore. How much did she cry today? Too much. Her eyes are swollen and red. I should have never come to Tokyo. I should have never built that robot. I should have never seen my sister. I should have never had a dream. You don't want to see Misani one more time and tell her everything properly this time? I don't want to see her anymore. Even if I did, she wouldn't even look at me. I just can't. Not anymore. I'm tired. I want to be alone for a little while. In that case, feel free to mope around as much as you want in here. But I'm not going to sit here and watch Aki-chan. I sit here and watch, Aki-chan. Quite frankly, I'm disappointed. Don't say things like that. I left up my bag after I finished stuffing it full of the essentials. I'm going to do whatever I can to get home. Home? What are you going to do? It's very likely that Misane is on Tanegashima right now. No way. I'm going to go see her later. Akio panics and tumbles off the bed. Instead of helping her up, I immediately exit the room. Every minute, every second counts. First things first, I need to get to the airport. Why would... I don't get it. Why would Misane destroy the other robots at the expo? Just so they don't stop her? Like, what's even the point of that? I guess, like, he said, oh, it was, like, just to flex on them, basically. But I don't know. I don't buy that. I think she was trying to stop a terrorist attack. First things first, I need to get to the airport. Told Mr. King to take care of Akiho, then I leave the hotel and check my map. Clearest way to Hana Airport by riding the Aqualiner. It's unfortunately out of service. I have 3 paths available to me. Route A, I cross the Rainbow Bridge, and I walk south along the coastline from Shinagawa. Or the bridge is closed, so that won't work. Route B, the Shudo Expressway. Bayshore route by the Tokyo Bay Tunnel. This is the shortest route back to the island. It's a highway, so normally it'd be off limits to pedestrians, but considering it's closed for traffic right now, there won't be any cars. That could be my chance. Route C from Aomi, I'll take the Tokyo Port Rinkai Tunnel, exiting Heiwajima. Isn't a highway, but isn't meant for pedestrians either. Let's go with the most obvious choice. Right below the bridge, I see the Bayshore route shrouded in darkness. It'd be safe to assume it's dark inside the tunnel. Glad I brought a flashlight with me. Kai, wait! Akio comes chasing after me. When she catches up, she grabs onto my arm and clings to it. Hey, wait! How are you gonna get back to the island alone? First, I need to get to Haneda. I'll figure things out from there. It'll take me about 3 hours to get there on foot. If there aren't any planes flying, who knows? Any flights to Kagoshima will suddenly get restored. It doesn't have to be Kagoshima. I'm fine with anywhere in Kyushu. Either way, I'll have to go see Misane no matter what it takes. Aki-chan, you read them too, right? The Kyushu reports? You know about Project Adam? Crazy. It's possible that Misane is in the process of making that into a reality. She's trying to use a TNSC rocket to kill 5 billion people. Akio's eyes widen and she shakes her head in denial. Guarded by the shoulders, look her straight in the eyes. Right now, we're the only ones in the world who know that. That's why I'm going to the island. Do you love my big sis? What the hell? Is this really a time or place for this? Why would you suddenly ask me that now of all times? Whatever, it doesn't matter. Yeah. I used to. After I say that, I pull Aki in close. But that's not why I'm doing this. I'm not even doing this to save the world. It's a lot more selfish and trivial than that. I'm going to settle things with Misane. Settle things? What do you mean? This is a match. To me, that is. I lost the first round pretty badly at that. I refuse to sit here and let her mock me any longer. I was always the one doing the chasing. I was determined to surpass her. And reaching the top would mean that I finally did. I am who I am now because I believe that. I spent my entire life chasing this distant goal, never thinking of anything else. I'm not gonna let her quit while she's ahead. Before she kills 5 billion people. I'm going to make her face me in one more match. If I win, I'll be the best in the world. What about you, Aki-chan? Are you okay with losing to Misane? Are you going to let her become the worst mass murderer in human history? 5 billion people. This is too much for me. I can feel Akiko's back trembling. This isn't a burden we can carry. Hey Kai, no matter how hard you try, you won't be able to do anything about this. Let's just stop. We can just stay here until it's safe. Also, what do you mean you two are the only ones who know about this? Do your allies? Oh, I guess he said he was going to tell his allies. So I guess Daru and Nishijo will eventually be in on this. Nishijo's a megalomaniac, I'm pretty sure. Dash is a super hacker, and Nae is a Nae, so I don't know, you guys have a chance. We can just stay here until it's safe. Akiko's still down for the count. It'll probably take her a while longer before she gets back on her feet. Looks like I'll have to leave her here. What was that? The sound cuts through the silence and assaults my eardrums, getting closer to continues to screech. Is that the shriek of car tires? For long, I see a light coming deep inside Tokyo Bay Tunnel. It's a pair of headlights. A single car is flying through the tunnel at breakneck speed. Wait, if they can give me a ride, then maybe I can get to Haneda that way. I let go of Akiko and peer down underneath the bridge, emerging from the tunnel. It's an ugly, run-down, white station wagon. It jostles and shakes violently as it zooms along where it randomly screeches to a stop in the middle of the road, almost directly below me. The driver's side door opens. With all the highway lights off, I can't make out the person from the top of the bridge. Excuse me. Can you give me a ride to Haneda Airport? I'll make the request on full well, but they might say no. What the? Is that Yoshio and Wilson and Mia? The driver somehow identifies us by name. Listen up, you guys. I can't drive straight while I'm going that fast. That's a pro tip. This definitely doesn't qualify as a pro tip. Hey, wait a second. Michi? I strained my eyes. Figure steps in front of the headlights. There's no mistake, that man appears before us in all his tracksuit glory. He's the very same delinquent teacher we couldn't get in touch with for the rest of the life of us. Go get my uncle. We're heading home. As he said that, Michi shot me a thumbs up as if Tommy already knows everything. Hold on tight. The 658cc 4-cylinder engine roars. The Ariake Junction entrance to the Rainbow Bridge has a crossing gate down, and Michi's charging straight for it. We're going to crash! This is an emergency. To hell with the rules. He's totally ignoring traffic laws. Michi smashes into the gate without even touching the brakes, and the car bursts right through it. And just like that, we've illegally broken into the closed-off Daibo line. This is insane, Michi. But I'll be damned if this isn't jam-packed with impact. Wait, why are you enjoying this? And wait, isn't the Rainbow Bridge closed? Is it even remotely safe? Erp. I'm gonna be sick. Michi, slow down. What are you talking about? I'm following the speed limit perfectly. The fact that he's driving so messed up despite going the speed limit is actually kind of impressive. We've been jerking left and right in our seats the entire time. At last, I see the rainbow bridge stretching out in front of us. None of the lights are on. Even the aircraft warning lights are off, leaving the bridge completely shrouded in darkness. Hey, Mitsuhiko. Where exactly are you going? Or aren't we going to Haneda? Haneda is the complete opposite direction. Even if we get there, the planes aren't flying. Hold on. Did you think that Haneda and Narita were the only airports in Tokyo? They're not. That's a pro tip. We're heading to Chofu. Chofu Airport? Is it famous or something? Nope. Most people living in Tokyo probably don't know about it. Wait, Michi, does that airport really exist? It does, young one. Michi grips the steering wheel and grins. By the way, there's a facility right next to it. This is some big stuff, but I'll fill you in just this once. It's the JAXA Chofu Space Center. Consider that a pro tip too. The engine's noises grew louder. Before I can even connect the dots, we're already at the end of the Rainbow Bridge. The car's tires screech against the asphalt as we slide past the junction and merge on a circular off-ramp. It took us an almost unbearable amount of time to get to Chofu. There weren't any other cars on the road, but there wasn't a single street light on, which transformed the roads into a dark labyrinth. Thanks to that, Michi ended up taking the wrong turn after a wrong turn. It took us nearly 2 hours to reach a Chofu interchange. Chofu Airport only has a single runway. While it's probably several times larger than the old Tanegashima Airport, it doesn't feel that way thanks to the darkness. There are several small aircraft parked on the airport apron. Most of them look like Cessna planes. Don't tell me we're gonna head to Tanegashima in a Cessna. I'm gonna puke. Mako's a complete mess thanks to Michi's unmatched driving skills. She already wasn't doing so hot, now she looks like a total zombie. I land to her shoulder, she desperately clings to me for support. This way. Michi leads the way and we find a single propeller plane parked close to the runway. Won't you look at that, this is the same type of plane used for flights to Tanegashima. He's right, it can carry about 30 people. On closer inspection, the company name written on the frame is also the same. The ramp has already been lowered, making it possible to see the captain on standby in the cockpit. Other than that, I don't see a single passenger inside. As for the cabin crew, there might not be one. Michi then waves his hand at the cockpit window. Yashio-san, sorry for making you come all this way. Oh, right! Yashio's dad is a pilot.
Huh?
What? Wait, hold on a second. Wait. I sprint over to the plane and I can't believe my eyes when I peer into the cockpit. The captain sees me and salutes. I can see the man inside clear as day thanks to the cockpit lights. There's no mistaking it. Dad? What's he doing here? Michi? What is this? Would you care to explain what the heck is going on? Michi shrugged his shoulders, a playfully ignorant expression on his face. Remember Tenochi-san from JAXA? Yeah, Nae-san, what about her? About a week before we headed for Tokyo, she called me and your old man out of nowhere. Nae-san called Dad? She told us that it was possible there might be a terrorist attack in the near future. Said that if something happened while we were in Tokyo, we should go to Chofu Airport. She asked your dad to fly his plane here if a terrorist attack actually went down. She even said the people up top approved of this already. Wait, could Nae-san possibly be the Esperon that Sawada mentioned? You're telling me that Dad flew all the way here after the solar storm hit? I'll look up at the cockpit again. Dad seems to be frantically checking some meters. I'm the only one here who knows that there wasn't a solar storm at all. In other words, Dad came here knowing full well his plane might turn into a brick mid-flight. That's crazy. We'll talk about the details later. Everything's ready to go, so let's make like a tree and scram. Ignoring the last part, he's right. The details won't matter. Now's not the time to think about who Nae-san really is or Dad's recklessness. I have something I must do, something I want above all else, and that is to face Misani in a match. Mr. Candy and Michi both head towards the plane's air stair. I'm about to follow them when I notice Akio frozen in place. She has her arms wrapped tightly around herself and she's trembling. Are we really going home? I'm scared. I'm scared of seeing Big Sis again. Aki-chan, you don't have to see her. Kai. I know you're gonna get lonely if you stay here in Tokyo alone. But come on, let's head home together. I'm sure your parents are worried about you. But Akiho remains still, her head hanging low. Sister Centipede. Wait, so an experiment is happening, right? Because Kagome? Suddenly hear a singing voice coming from the darkness of the runway. The bird in the cage. Is it Yoshifune Irie? Yokifune? Someone's there shrouded in darkness. A ghost? An illusion? When, oh, when will it come out? Frightened knockout, Tyler grasps my hand. In the night of dawn. Amidst the silence, the sound of footsteps gradually goes closer. The crane and turtle slipped. Now the last source of the voice reveals itself from the shadows. The appearance, that face, there's no way I would mistake it. Irie. Whoa. Ain't that the ghost of Uchagaoka Park? Should I be recording this? That girl's Irie, isn't it? Is she a silent weapon? An illusion? Yeah, a program created by Kimijima Ko, Misuni's friend. Judging by her expression, she seems more like Sister Centipede at the moment. I can't sense a shred of emotion from her. It's like her soul's been ripped from her body. She wears an empty expression on her face. So she's looking at someone but unable to see anyone. Who's that behind you? She mumbles quietly. Which one is she? Is she the real Yukifune Irie? Or is she the AR program made by Kimijima Ko? I'm looking at her without using a Pokecom right now. So under normal circumstances that would mean she has to be the real one. But that means nothing right now. Especially considering what happened with Misuni and the Grand Obelisk. She should just be another illusion visible to the naked eye. Plus her timing leads me to believe that she must have been waiting for us. Irie begins to slowly raise her thin, slender arm. It stops about shoulder height. In her hand is a handgun with a black luster that smoothly reflects the moonlight. The contrast between childlike appearance and the cold sheen of the gun is staggering. I almost start to sweat, but then I remind myself it's just an AR program. The gun isn't real. Wait, maybe someone showed up to her room and brainwashed her. Made her do this. It's just a bluff too. The asphalt near her feet bursts into the air. That was a real bullet. Her gun's real? In other words, the Irie in front of us is not AR and she's no illusion. I mean, the gun could be an illusion. The bullet and impact could have been an illusion. Yukifune Irie. That's impossible. Yukifune Irie's hospitalized in Shibuya. There's no way she can make it to Chofu in all this chaos. Hell, the fact she was even waiting for us here is even more impossible. Do we have a rat in our midst? I never told her that we were coming to the airport. I didn't even know this was an option until 2 hours ago. Nobody else knows. No one else here knows Yukifune Irie. And yet here she is, appearing right before us and saying Kagome Kagome dramatically. Shouldn't have been any memories. She shouldn't have any memories in the Irie, so why did she sing that song? Dude, this is all futile. Irie begins to speak. There still isn't a trace of emotion behind her words. I'll not let you fly away from here. If you insist on going regardless, you'll have to run me over and kill me. Her tone is altogether different from A.R. Irie, Yukifune Irie, and even Sister Centipede. We have a rat in our midst. He's different from every other Irie. Then who is she? Of course, I'm a human being of flesh and blood. If you run me over, my flesh will tear, my bones will snap, my innards will be crushed, my blood will gush forth. Someone's watching me. It's not Irie. Someone somewhere is staring at me. I have no clue where they are. Are they further in the darkness, right next to me, behind me, in the plane? If you're prepared to do that, then do as you wish. Who are you? But she then whispers into my ear. Look at her through Iruo. I hurriedly whip out my Pokemon, turn the camera towards Irie. Kimijima. Then boot up Iruo. And there, right on my screen, is a man. He's right behind Irie, close enough to almost be touching her. His body is thin, his hair is long. That's a man invisible to the naked eye. He made himself invisible using the silent weapon, perhaps? A man only visible in AR. A ghost. The Wandering Dead. Don't tell me I've never seen that face before, but you're Kimijima Ko. As soon as he hears me say the name aloud, the man's lips twist into a wicked grin. Everything Sawa said was true. The culprit found everything, the mastermind behind it all. The man who changed Misani. The man who deceived me. It's him. All this is because of him. The project is already 90% complete. I can hear his voice. His voice is coming from our Pokecoms. It's the same system as A.R. Irie. It's programmed so the voice we hear changes based on position. Much like a car has a braking distance, my plane cannot be stopped so abruptly. Is this Kimijima Ko's voice? Therefore, no matter how hard people like you and Sawada-kun try, you're far too late. You cannot stop it. It's been over 10 years on this project. Above all else, I want to be absolutely sure. I eliminate as many irregularities as possible from the project. Your role is already complete. You've already exited the stage, so I'm going to ask you to stay backstage. His voice is very soft. Actually feels more weak than anything. Mr. Candy would make for a much better final boss. Wait, no, I can't let him fool me. If what Sawada said is true, this man is a terrifying silent weapon, a being trying to slaughter 5 billion people. If you still insist on trying to interfere with my work, well, I could do this to Yukifune Irie. Kimijima Ko's hand covers Yukifune's hand holding the gun. She's like a puppet on a string. Yukifune Irie and Kimijima Ko's hand movements, they're synchronized. He bends Irie's arm, raising the gun with it, and places the muzzle up against her temple. Despite what's happening, Irie's expression remains vacant. You'd be driving this poor girl to suicide. Stop! I gulp down my breath. I choose my words carefully as I talk to the Phantom Man. I thought you were dead. Are you just an AI like Irie? I suppose that may be correct in a technical sense. How the volume of data is different from Irie. I converted my memories and personality into data. Converting memories into data was made possible through a certain university in the US. They published the thesis. Oh, I remember this. That's true. That was Makise Kurisu's thing. Wait. I'm trying to think. Remember that thesis that Makise Kurisu had to go back in time to stop from ending up in the hands of her father? I forgot what exactly was in that thesis. Was it the converting of memories into data? It might have been. I put that to practical use. In other words, you say a personality has been transferred onto the internet, memories intact. Well, it might be artificial in a sense. I've gained eternal life. Envious. Originally, I had planned to form a perfect transfer after some more thorough research. However, things went a bit sour when Senemiya Misaki murdered me. Misaki killed you?
Huh?
Misaki killed Kimijimiko? Aren't they supposed to be co-workers? I'm so confused once again, I have no clue what's going on. What's Misaki's goal in all this? I guess, she's being controlled just like Irie is. I glance over Akio to see her reaction. She looks stunned. Consequently, I was constructed using incomplete alpha data, taken just prior to my death. Through that, I can't utilize all the power I had when I was alive, hence why I took 10 years to execute this plan. Project Atom was originally scheduled for 2015. What do you mean Misane killed you? Oh yes, she really was brave, fairly barbaric as well. Tried to stop me that day. I was in the middle of an important experiment, you see. An important experiment? The MF Anemone? Yes. It was to confirm whether it be possible to show illusions to large groups of people using electromagnetic irradiation. This man, how can you say something like that without a hint of hesitation? How much suffering does he think he put me, Akio, and everyone else on that ship through over the last 10 years? That day's experiment was to test the upper limit. I raised electromagnetic waves to their maximum strength. Originally, I'd expected to kill every person aboard that MF Anemone. What did you just say? Indeed, if the experiment had gone on for another 10 years, 10 minutes, that would have been the end result. Saki just happened to drop by my house at the time. I told her about it. She told me to stop it. Silly girl, what fool would stop simply because they were told to? I naturally refused. I won't let you kill them. I won't let you kill Aki and Kai. I won't let you kill. Is he dead? What have I... Because of her, my head had burst like that of a nice watermelon on the other end of a bat. My, what an awful thing she did. That's why about a month later, I decided to appear before Misaki. The rest was simple. I prodded her sense of guilt, and she easily fell into my hands. She's been working for me ever since. She's essentially become my arms and legs. She does whatever I tell her to do. If I told her to die in the middle of a live worldwide broadcast, she would very much do it. If I were to put it another way, because she saved the two of you, Misaki is about to become the worst mass murderer in human history. Senemiya Misaki, the past, no longer exists. She shoulders the full weight of her sins. The moment she murdered me, the rest of Misaki's life was set in stone. Tell me, do you intend on killing her in order to save the world? I admit, that'd be quite admirable. However, if you were to do that, I would simply turn you into my next set of tools. I would use the guilt you carried over killing your sister. Eventually, our beloved heroes will succumb to their inner demons and destroy the world they once protected. A scenario like that doesn't sound bad at all, don't you think? I have all the time in the world, so I have no qualms with starting from scratch. So what will you do? Will you go to the island and have your battle to the death with Misaki? Oh, and by the way, she's armed with the second Sumeragi unit, the very machine that destroyed your robot. Perhaps I'll command her to kill you, all in earnest this time. When I try to respond, the person who holds me back and steps forward Kimijimiko is Aki-chan. Her expression is brave and imposing. The fear she had shown earlier had completely disappeared. She looked straight at Yukifune, Airi, and Kimijimiko standing behind her at the man visible to the naked eye. Kimijima-san, does my big sis still love robots? Aki-chan, what are you? What an amusing question. Still smiling, Kimijimiko responds. She probably still does, I imagine. Misaki plays a game called Kill Ballad from time to time. She's Tagiringer, aka Tagirin. That really was Misane. And big sis, even now, she's still... From where I'm standing, I see Akio clench her fist. To me, robots were what bound us together. To me, robots were dreams. Robots were hope. Robots were the crystallization of the work that my friends and I did. Robots listen to our commands and carry them out. They can't even move properly without us there to tell them what to do. They're so big, and yet they need all the help they can get. But the more respect you give them, the more they'll give back. They might just be lumps of machinery. They'll come to believe they have souls. You know how Japanese people are so quick to personify robots? I think it's because Japanese people believe that anything and everything has a soul. Gunbill 1 and Gunbill 2 were both like my children. And yet Big Sis destroyed all of it. My sister, the same girl who loved robots with all her heart, turned around and destroyed them. How did she feel back then? Was she sad? Was it painful for her? Or was she able to feel anything at all? You won't get away with this. I'll only get away with making my big sis do something so horrible, Kimijima-ko. You won't let me get away with it, huh? Splendid. Pray tell, what do you plan on doing? Do you even have that means to stop Misaki? Didn't I already tell you? She's armed with sumeragi. She's also accompanied by a team of 10 professional soldiers, all with a very personal, intimate knowledge of their weaponry. Akio starts to laugh furiously. That look at me, she grabs my hand with hers. I grip it firmly in response. Haven't you heard? The evil robot is always defeated by the robot of justice, always until the end of time. Seriously? Oh no, wait. We still have one giant robot left, the one that Big Sis designed herself. You're gonna drag out prototype model 1, that piece of junk? I didn't think she'd play that card. Aki-chan, you're something else. You're the goddamn best. Let me fill you in, Kimijima-san. Up until now, giant bipedal robots, dozens upon dozens of times, no hundreds of times, they've saved the world from annihilation. Well, in anime and games anyhow, though I suppose she's not technically wrong. And so a robot's gonna save the world this time too. The robot we built. The robot filled with our hopes and dreams. We'll defeat your evil robot. And we'll defeat you just the same. And we'll defeat Big Sis. We're gonna save the whole world. Committee 300, Tavistock Institute, Project Adam, Kimijima-ko, you all can shove it. And we're gonna wreck my Big Sis just as hard. I'm not gonna lose to that superwoman anymore. Justice always prevails. We will win. And we're going to save Big Sis. Now that's what I call a shout from the soul. It's Hidaka Subaru. And so a robot's going to save the world this time too. The robot we built. The robot with our hopes and dreams. We'll defeat our evil robot. We'll defeat you just the same. And we'll defeat Big Sis. And we're gonna save the whole world. It's a live broadcast. The video just suddenly started playing on Naga Fukada's Twippo account. Former club president Senemiya-senpai is in total darkness, passionately yelling to an absurd degree. Yasha-senpai is holding her hand. Who are they talking to? What are they talking about? I don't know any of the details. But what I do know, a robot filled with our hopes and dreams. Subaru? A robot of justice will save the world. Such a simplistic view of good and evil sounds exactly like a mecha anime that Senemiya-senpai enjoys. As far as I'm concerned, that genre is far too childish. The stories leave much to be desired in terms of mass appeal. So considering everything I just detailed, why? Why is there a strange feeling welling up in my chest? Why are there tears in my eyes? My gaze is naturally drawn to the cardboard box in the corner of my room. My leg is in a cast, so I have to crawl over to the box, open the lid, and take a look inside. It's there that I find the wreckage of my old partner, who's been broken for half a year now. It was 10 years ago. I saw Senemiya Misaki, high schooler at the time, a Robo-1. I became fascinated with robots. The fascination is what brought me to M45. I pick up one of the parts. I gently wrap the palm of my hand around it, its cold sensation spreading throughout my fists. The memories came flooding back. When I was in elementary school, at a small toy shop, I had a small Earthsea toy bought for me. After watching Robo-1, I desperately wanted a robot of my own. Of course, there were no bipedal Earthsea robot toys back then, so I got an animal type with 4 legs. Of course, it was my dad who bought it for me. I still remember what he said to me that day.
自分で責任
You
を持っ
better
て
take responsibility for this guy and put him together.
それと絶対に途中で投げ
Don't
出
you
すな
dare give up halfway through.
まあ頭のいいスバルなら
Well,
こんなの
you're smart.
すぐ組み立てられるだろう
I'll bet you have it done in no time.
僕は
I look at my left leg. It's held in place by a hard cast. During surgery, I had multiple bolts inserted into it. I don't take painkillers, and pain keeps me from sleeping.
僕はそれでも
Even then, I take another look deep inside my heart. The answer comes immediately. No, I already had the answer. This entire month, ever since I broke my leg, I've been thinking the entire time. And after hearing Sunemiya-senpai spill her soul, well, I can't allow myself to sit here any longer. I put on a change of clothes and exit my room with crutches in hand. Dad's in the living room. He's staring out at the darkness through the window. He said he saw a swarm of robots during the day at sea, so he must still be worried about it.
どこへ行く
Where do you think you're going? Just hearing his voice makes my body tremble. Dad has always been a massive wall that I can never overcome. I have all the respect in the world for him, and I'm serious about inheriting his work. However,
部活へ
the club. I barely managed to squeeze out the words without stuttering.
部活へ行
I'm
ってく
going
れ
to my club. I look Dad straight in the eyes, and I make my intentions clear. I'm still a member of the Robotics Club.
気づいたんだよ
I realize something.
僕は
I
ロボ
really
ット
do
を作るのが
love
好きだ
building robots.
今までずっと
Up until now,
その気持ちと
I
向
did
き合
my
うのを
best
避
to
けてき
avoid
た
that truth.
いつも
I've always told myself that it's something I can't do anymore.
自重してきた
That's something wrong.
でもやっぱり
In the
僕
end,
は
I loved
子供の頃
building
からずっと
robots ever
好きなんだ
since I was a kid.
この気持ちを大切にしたいんだ
I want to cherish these
それで
feelings.
また大怪我を
What
した
are
ら
you gonna
どう
do
す
if
る
you get badly injured again?
しかもこんな
On
時
top of
に
that,
こんな時間
you're
に
going to
こ
go
んな
out at
天
a
気
time like this?
で出ていくだ
This
と
weather?
お前は親の気持
Have
ち
you
を
ever thought to consider
何
how
だ
a
と思ってる
parent
んだ
might feel?
父さんが心配してく
I'm
れてる
happy
の
that
は
you're
嬉しい
concerned for my well-being, Dad.
それを裏切ってきた自
And
分
I'm ashamed of myself for betraying your feelings.
でも今じゃないとダメなんだ
But I have to do this.
今僕が仲間にで
This
き
is
ること
something
が
that
ある
only me and my friends can do.
もう悔いを残したくない
I don't want any more regrets.
自分で責任
I
を持
want
っ
to
て
take responsibility
最後まで
to
組み
finish
立てたいから
building that robot.
絶対に途中で
I
投
won't
げ出
give
し
up
たく
until
ないから
halfway through, no matter what.
これが僕の夢だから
It's my dream.
だからごめん
So I'm sorry, Dad.
僕行かないと
But I have to go.
勝手にしろ
Have it your way. He spits out with his reply and withdraws into his room. He's fully prepared to be struck once or twice, so his response leaves me in a bit of shock. I lightly bow my head, put on a raincoat, and leave the house. I didn't encounter a single person in a car on the way to the old airport. The island is essentially under martial law right now. Rumors that armed terrorists have taken over Tanegashima Space Center have already spread across the entire island. I've heard that everyone from Minamitane has been evacuated to my high school, but there isn't a soul at the old airport located next door. Just a locked hangar. A prototype Model 1 sleeping inside of it. Or at least that's what I thought. The hangar door is open. From inside I hear a familiar voice.
大徳先輩
I saw Akiho-chan's video. I told myself I shouldn't come here. I still think that even now. But after hearing Akiho-chan, its words, felt like I couldn't just sit around doing nothing.
僕もあれを聞いてここに来た口です
That's also what brought me here.
1号機くん組み立て直
Go,
す
you're going to rebuild Model 1 Kun, right?
こちゃんがそう
That's what Akiho-chan was saying.
ごめんなさい
I'm sorry.
私今日まで一度も日高くんに
I haven't once apologized to you,
謝れてなかった
Hidaka-kun.
んなさい。
I'm so sorry.
私のせいでロボ部は
It's because of me that the robotics club is gone.
でもそんなの嫌だった。
But I didn't want that.
どうしても嫌だったの。
I didn't want this to happen.
私がね、日高君に怪我をさせた
I
私
might
が
not have the right to say
こんな
this
ことを言う資格
after injuring you,
かもし
to
れない
Dr.
けど、
Coon. But
でも私は入れなくてもいいから。
you don't have to let me come back.
アキホちゃんとヤシオ君と
But I want you, Akio-chan, Yashio
小
Kun,
次郎さんで
and
ロ
Kojiro-san
ボを
to continue the robotics club.
それを言うために
That's what I came here to say. And Daitoku-senpai starts shaking her head left and right. She had been trying to hold back tears this entire time, but she's given up completely. Large teardrops are already flowing from her eyes.
違うよ。
No, that's not what I really want to say.
私も
I also want to continue
続けたい。
the robotics club.
みんなとまた一緒に
I want to build robots again
作りたいの。
with everyone. Daitoku-senpai wails loudly. Her face is a total mess. Even then, she doesn't try to wipe away the tears. She simply falls to her knees.
先輩
こんなことで許して
I
も
know
ら
I
えると
can't be forgiven
思ってないけど、
for what I've done.
どうせ役立た
I'm
ずだし
useless.
戦力
I
にも
don't
な
add
らない
anything
けど、
to the group.
それでも
But even then, Daitoku-senpai gets on her hands and knees and puts her head down.
もう一度頑張りたい。
I still want to try one more time.
みんなのおかげでできた新しいこの夢を
Still want the new dream that
終わらせたく
everyone
ない。
helped me find to end like this.
お願い、日高君。
Please, Hidaka-kun.
勝手な言い分だって分かってる
I
け
know
ど、
I'm being selfish.
許して。
Please, forgive me
私にも手
and
伝わ
let
せ
me
て
help too.
お願いします。
Please. The sound of the rain outside echoes loudly through the hangar. I don't think I've ever been here at night. I let out a sigh.
では差し伸べま
I'm
せん
not going to give you a hand.
何しろ片足
My
が折れ
leg
てま
is
す
broken after all.
自分で顔を上げて
Raise
さっさと
your
立って
head
ください
and promptly stand up.
大徳先輩には謝ってる暇
You
は
don't
ないん
have
です
time for apologies, Daitoku-senpai.
僕はこの足ですから
With my leg like
どうも
this,
動けません
I can barely get around.
代わりに先輩に
So
僕の
as a
分まで働いても
compromise,
らいます
you're going to have to do my share of the work.
それでチャラにし
We'll
ます
call it even after that.
日高
Hidaka-kun,
ありがと
I'll do it. Thank you.
う、ありがとう。
Thank you so much.
先輩女子
You
を土
forced
下
the
座さ
senior
せ
to get
奴
down
隷
on
と
her
なる
hands
こと
and
を強
knees,
要す
then
る
coerced her into
性
becoming
的
her
な意味
slave
で
in a sexual way.
それなんてエロゲ
What eroge is this? I'm suddenly assailed by a bright light. What's happening?
誰だ
Who's there? It's the light of a flashlight. Two figures appear.
これからメガネ
From now on,
鬼畜メガ
I'm
ネ
calling you fiendish floor eyes. I'll accept no objection.
誰が鬼畜メガネだ
Excuse me?
大徳先輩
Daitoku-senpai.
ほら
Hurry and stand up, please.
変な誤解をす
She's
るってことでしょ
completely
うか
misunderstanding the situation.
ごめん。
I'm sorry. Daitoku-senpai stands straight up, then staggers a little. She falls over toward me. This is bad. If she falls on me, I won't be able to support the weight, and that's not even considering my leg. I have no escape route. Just when I come to expect the worst, Toji-san swiftly dashes between us and catches Daitoku-senpai.
大丈夫ですか？
Are you alright? Sorry. Is it just me, or was she insanely fast just now? Yet Shiri is smiling as usual. Super-kun, Juna-chan, and Kono-chan as well. Looks like all the former Robotics Club members are here. They counted for.
Moto. じゃありません。
Former, I think not.
現ロボ部ですよ。
With the current Robotics Club members.
いいです。すごくいいです。
Right, that's what I wanted to hear.
青春って感じですね。
This is the beauty of youth. How wonderful.
皆さん、あきほちゃんの熱い演説を聞いてここに
Did
来た
everyone
ん
come
です
here
よね
after hearing Akiho-chan's passionate speech? Toki-senpai and I both nod. As for Gori,
演説と呼べるもんじゃ
can you even call that a speech?
熱い演説ってのは
Passionate speech would be, for example,
諸君私は戦争が好きだみたいな
I like war,
そういうのを指す
or
んだ
something like that. Shaking my head.
だが部長先
That
輩
said,
なかなか
Press Senpai did a pretty good job.
勝ち
It was pretty raw. She's muttering to
だ
herself.
ったら皆さんやること
Then I guess we know what we have to do. Familiar truck with a crane comes driving up to the hangar with perfect timing. Doc! After the driver's seat comes. Oh. You're all here. It's Doc. He acts like he expected us to be together. Let's get started. The next 24 hours are gonna decide it all. Ain't nobody here sleeping tonight. Let's do this. Not explaining a single thing, he dives right into barking
藤
orders.
田さんロックですね
You rock, Fujita-san.
いや、
Nah.
ロックなのは
Akiho's the one who really rocks.
ありゃ大した玉だよ。
She's got balls of steel. We don't require further instructions. There are only 5 of us here, but we're all thinking the same thing. We glance at Prototype Model 1 lying quietly in the darkness. Prez, Yoshio-senpai. We'll do everything in our power to get him up and running. We'll be waiting for both of you to come back. What's the plan here? How are they going to use Model 1 barely moves at all? Are they going to use monopoles? Do they have time for that? They have spare monopoles. Hold up. A clear sound of applause echoes across the dark runway. Without breaking a smell, Kimishima claps his hand, gun still drawn irie. This is a response to Akiho's courageous
つまり
declaration.
君たちはこう言いたい
In
わけ
other
だ。
words,
自分たちの手で
you're saying that you'll murder your sister with your own 2 hands.
なかなか素直だね。
How incredibly straightforward you are. I like that.
世の中には
The world is filled with people who hide their true feelings behind a mask they choose to wear whenever it's convenient.
でもそうか。
But I see.
残念だ
How
よ。
unfortunate.
世界を救うために
To choose the path of killing a loved one in order to save the world
勇敢ではあるが
is indeed courageous, yet it is also quite barbaric
残酷だ。
and is indeed and most certainly cruel. Kyujima-ko scoffs at us. Once again places his hand over Irie's, the one holding the gun. Irie's finger is already on the trigger, the muzzle still pressed against her temple. In that case, let's make this a learning experience. Allow me to show you the consequences of your actions. But if he kills Irie, then he won't have leverage. No.
入りを離せ
Let Irie go.
その人は
She has
無関係
nothing to
だ
do with this.
無関係
Oh, on the contrary,
そんなことは
she has everything to do with this.
今の今まで
Up until this very moment,
人質
she
だ
has always been my hostage.
そして今は
The
君たち
hostage
が見捨てた
that
人
you
質だ
chose to abandon.
やめて
Stop.
君たちが選んだんだよ
This was your decision.
残酷な君たち
You endlessly cruel, cruel souls chose to save the world in exchange for this dear child's life.
やめろ
Stop.
だから僕はこの
Which is
女を
why
容赦なく
I shall
殺す
show her no mercy.
君たちが種子島に来て
I need you all to understand very
どういう
well
結末が待って
what
いる
fate
か
awaits you.
それをしっかりと
What
理
will
解して
happen
もら
when
う
you
ため
face
に
Misaki on Tanegashima?
君たちも決して目をそらし
You
てはいけ
mustn't
ない
avert your eyes.
見届ける
You must see this
君たち
through
が
to
見
the
捨て
end.
た命の最
The
後
fate of the life you threw away. Even in the distance, I can tell the finger that Irie has on the trigger has begun to tense up.
よせ
Stop. squeeze it any further, Ira's going to die.
せっかく
How sad.
10
After 10 long years, we finally awoken from her slumber. But for what? Just to die.
世
We
界の
want to
救世
resent
主になりた
someone,
がって
resent the people for trying to become the saviors of the world.
さよう
Farewell, Irie.
教ぜ
Stop.
ボイちゃん
Suddenly, a rainbow-colored bullet with a strange voice sits across my field of vision. That bullet flies directly at Irie, snatches the gun from her hand and soars high into the air. Not Boing-chan.
でかしたぞ太郎
That a boy, Taro.
おじきのインコが
Uncle's parakeet? What the hell? Ari's life was in the hands of that bird? What would have happened if he screwed up? I internally curse up a storm as I dash towards Irie. As if her strings have been cut, Irie collapses to the floor, powerless. Looks like she's been freed from Kimijima-ko's spell. I hurriedly pick Irie up. Her body is shockingly light.
君島孔明消えやがった
That Kimijima-ko bastard disappeared. But she is using his Pokecom to look around. Did Kimijima-ko really withdraw? I doubt it. He must be waiting for us in Tanegashima.
今のうちに出発しよ
Let's take a chance to get out of here. We all nod in response to Akio's suggestion. I rush into the plane with Irie on my back. The sexual harassment parakeet also comes flying in, handgun in its claws. After checking to make sure everyone's on board, we stow the air stair. With the door closed and locked tight, I shout towards the cockpit.
父さん出して
Dad, take off. The propeller starts spinning, slowly at first, then they gradually gain speed. I sit Irie down in one of the seats and fasten the seatbelt. The aircraft starts to slowly taxi towards the runway. After making sure Irie's secure, I plant myself next to Akiho. I fasten my seatbelt, take a deep breath, and Akiho puts her hand over mine. Her hand is shaking like crazy. Hi. She says my name, but immediately hangs her head low.
うつくわ
Pilot gun build 1. Akiho's tearing up again. She's doing everything in her power not to burst into tears. Our fingers intertwine and she grips my hands tightly. Her nails are digging into mine. It hurts, but I can deal with it.
がっつくわ
Use gun build 1 to beat Big Sis. Please.
任せなよ
I got this.
最初から
That was my plan from the start. We're now prepared for takeoff. We'll be departing as soon as possible. Jack's special flight departing 9:23 p.m. non-stop flight to Tanegashima. Due to emergency circumstances, we have no flight plan. There may be unexpected climbs, falls, or course changes. But don't worry, I'll get you all to Tanegashima no matter what. We might only be together for a short time, but please enjoy your flight. Kaito, I'm proud of you. Take care of Aki-chan and Misa-chan.
あ
Yeah, I know. Then it starts to roar. The plane suddenly accelerates. You can feel the G-force pushing down my entire body. The plane's frame inclines diagonally, and the ground outside the window slowly grows distant. Farewell, Tokyo. I'll see you again, I'm sure. But now, it's time to head home. Even if there is a war waiting for us there, it's time to return to the island, the time itself is left behind, the island where we were born. This is where our game starts. And that is where I'm going to end the episode. Thanks for watching. I'll probably pick this up tomorrow. Yeah. Alright, bye.